All right, all set. Um, okay, let's see who else is here. If someone else is watching, can you let me know? Okay, let's see if anyone else, anybody else there. All right. Um, hey everyone. Okay. Hi everyone. So today so as you could see here, this is the month. This is what I'm going to do. This has been going. Hey Jonathan. So this is what. So this is what I wanted to do because my most favorite engines in there, and sorry, I got distracted. I just read a message. Well, well, as I was saying, if there if there's a reason why I like Hank so much is well because at the time when he was first introduced, I believe he was the first American engine on Sodor before any of the other CGI characters like Connor, Caitlin, Philip, Timothy, Marion. Well, even the Login Locos before them, in between them and Hank. Well, it wouldn't be much of the fact that he's based on one of the iconic Pennsylvania Railroads K4. Well, even they are the inspiration that Sinatra Gresley had for making. The fun fact is that Sinatra Gresley visited America, if I'm not mistaken. These were the en- this was the type of engine that Sinatra Gresley decided to based on his decide to make these A1 Pacifics. I'm not going to answer that over there. This is to show a bit of what I do in modeling. Okay, just to let me address a few things. But first, before I can do anything of that, I just want to show you some. I just want to show something. Okay, let me show this. Um, no, wait. I think I know what to do. Okay, I just going to make some adjustments here, and I'll be showing back on this. Okay, hope you lot don't mind being some silence and all. I'm just looking up to a few things here on the background. I'll be there shortly. To be honest, I really like Hank. I mean, I, you wouldn't see American engines on the United Kingdom, would it? Well, if we count if we count the imported ones like un, like the USA, like Rosie siblings, the S100 tanks, or the S160s, the 280s. Actually, you can find it all over the world. I think almost. So in between this and there's a lot of things I want to talk about here today, and a lot of things to address. But mainly, focusing on the modeling is what I started to begin with. Okay, I'm here. Okay, I got that sorted. Okay, I'm sure a lot of you guys you remember my model of Hank. Um, as you can see, this is the first model I ever made of him. Wait, I hear. Hang on. I'll be. Wait, hang on a bit. I just they calling me downstairs, so don't worry. I'll be straight back. I'll be so don't worry. I'll be straight back. All right, I'm back. Just turns out pizza was ordered and it's for my dinner. Yep, pizza while streaming. How's that? Okay, I just want to talk about, as I was saying earlier, this, as you could see here, is my model of Hank. Well, this is the model that it's currently released on TimeYard 3D. However, after some, but now that I've done my own models of the Steam team that are, well, ones that you saw in my New Year's Eve video, those are actually private. Yeah, that's something I want to state, that they are actually private. So I wanted to make a model of Hank that I can keep for my own and other friends that I'm more close with. And this is, well, this model had led a lot to be desired in the end. Well, mainly due to the fact that I just realized from a few friends of mine, turns out that Hank was a bit oversized. At least, well, comparing to the blueprints, well, this is how tall he's meant to be. But putting next to my model, and you'll see that he's a little bit bigger. Right. So here, you see the tall of his. You see how tall the original K4 is meant to be, and look at Hank. So as you can see, Hank needs a bit more than just any upgrade or such. I just decided to make one from scratch because, well, I feel the urge of making a model of him. So I decided to do that while we talk. Well, if it's out of place, well, you would have said that to the other crew. No, you had to say that to the crew. But Hank is the one that. But after they introduce Hank, I really like him. To be honest, who would who would not like a Pennsylvania? Who would not like to have a Pennsylvania? Who would who would like to have an American engine as a Thomas character? All right, so I'm just going. Okay, so right now I'm grabbing. Right now, okay, so to start build. Okay, so before start building, I'm going to grab a few things from another model here. Ooh. Oh, I think I repeated them. Right, here they are. So I just okay. I believe I'm not sure if anyone else saw my 2000 my own model of Rosie, because if you hadn't remember, because well, my TBS model of her, it's based on her original basis with some TBS with some model era take-ons. So after doing Rosie, I realized that's what I wanted to do with Hank. No spans there. Sorry guys, I see. Sorry guys, I see someone. There's someone spamming down there. So if anyone sees it, just hmm. All right. Um, hmm. Okay. Okay. Realizing something here. So I need to scale down. So I need to adjust the dry wheels so it can fit with Hank. Uh, oh wait, I just realized that Hank's wheels are red and not blue. I'm not. I totally not sure where I get that idea. What I was thinking. Hmm. Wait. I. I'm gonna try something. Hey, Ruben. Hmm. Okay, I'm having a little bit of trouble with Hank's wheels here. You know what? They're going to take a long time fixing that. I'll just go ahead and continue with making the basic things. So, please, if you're watching, please don't mind on what I'm doing. I just want to complete. I just want to make Hank here, and I just. Okay, so I see that Hank's wheels so I see that Hank's wheels are solid, not like sparks there. I'll fix that later. Okay, that's looking good. Hmm. Right, so I need to look a bit on Hank's model on on the TV. Well, on the TVS model. Hmm. A railway series, Hank? There's okay. Just to be specific, how do you mean as a railway series, Hank? As in, based on his actual basis, or more like in a British style engine? At least one that can fit on rail. At least one that can fit on one that can at least fit on one that can at least fit on train on British rails. Okay, I'm currently looking at an image of Hank's model. All right, I think this would be okay. I think this should be good. Okay, I don't know if this should be good for the moment, but at least. Okay, I'm worrying too much for the drive wheels. I really should get on making Hank itself. Green? Um, why green? Um, All right. Maybe this can help a bit. Ooh. Looks like having a guest in here.
Hey, howdy, hey!
Howdy, Andrew. What's up?
Not that much. You?
Uh, a little bit of complication here while modeling.
Hmm.
You see that what I make, who I make in here.
Hmm.
It's just trying to at least work. Trying to make a new model that can sort try to make a new model of Hank because believe it, the one I released it was fine, though I have to admit it was a little bit overscale, even much for an American engine. So yep, that's how that's what I'm basically doing. So what you can so what you can tell me? Anything new today?
Yep, yep, same as always.
Saying just chilling? All right. Oh, we have someone else here.
Oh,
Hello.
hey, Seth.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, Seth.
Doing good.
That's good.
I'm fine. Just currently, I'm currently working on and I'm currently working on making a new model of Hank.
Nice.
I just have right now like having a little bit of ups and downs, mainly due to the wheels. Because I
See.
just trying to match them as the original one, but all the same, I want to leave that until the end. But
Yeah.
earlier, I just started to someone started making some touches there.
It's fun fact for the original model. I think him and Spencer shared the same chassis for the front end.
Really?
Yeah. Spencer and Hank shared the same uh, chassis for Hank's model series appearance,
Ah,
which I think that's why he was only in that one
that's
episode.
actually interesting. I never knew
Yeah.
that he and Spencer shared the same chassis.
Yeah, I forgot where I heard it from, but I think it was on some sort of random Thomas Facts video. I don't remember who
Mm-hmm.
made the thing. So
But still, that's actually a very good fact.
mhm.
Well, maybe my model won't be as accurate as the original one, but as long as it matches, as long as it matches for my current models, that will be fine. Okay, this is. I think this is. This should be going good. Wait.
What?
Oh, I'm just making some adjustments here. Oh, uh, there we go. Just wanted to make some adjustments there to make the cap and all that. Hmm. Okay, I'm not getting. Okay, for the cap, I don't see if I can please there for some reason. Guys, just curious. You're still in there, right?
Affirmative.
Oh, okay. Just making sure because, well,
Oh,
for some moment I hit silence and all that.
apologies if we're quiet. If we're quiet, if we're quiet, we're just we're just watching. We're just watching. I can't really think of anything. I can't really think of anything to say at this present moment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get you. Getting our car reference over there.
Yes.
Oh, just clearing my throat. I am mostly I do that because I'm lost in thought.
That's usually my line, because every time I do that, you go yes, and I say the exact same thing. Lol.
Oh, really?
Trust me, it happened.
Huh, that's a fun fact.
Trust me, it happens.
You're good. Don't worry. Right. So the way I decided, the way I decided to model Hank, it I should say that it won't be as accurate as his original blueprints. Mainly, mainly just how I did with Rosie.
Uh-huh.
If you just because well, you guys remember the model Rosie that appeared on Carson's videos, right?
Yeah.
That's main. That's how I'm planning to model. That's how I'm planning to model Hank.
Hmm.
Yeah, a bit inspired from his original basis, plus some model era parts. Yay. Huh?
Oh, no.
Oh, look, it's Joey.
Oh, hey, Joey.
Hello.
What?
How you doing, Joey?
Good. You guys?
Doing good. I hope you don't mind. I mean, I said. I hope you don't mind. I invited him, Rizzo. I mean, Ricardo. What the fucking dog? Come on, not again. I hate when I do that.
Is there a way I could turn
Oh,
down the
man.
music?
Yeah. I think
Should I take the?
I think the music's. I think the music is about to put stuff to sleep.
I thought it wasn't all that loud.
No. It wasn't. It's just that it was calling music, but enough to put you to sleep.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. You just don't know which music to play because there's a lot of music out there, but a bunch, and then more like bunch, or should I say, lot of them. They are copyrighted, so that's why. So believe me, the old YouTube channel got shut down because of copyright issues.
I understand that.
So what are you making,
Yeah,
Hank?
yeah, big old Hank.
Yeah, it's basically a new model, Hank, that Ricardo here is working on.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I had the urge of making his for a while now, so I decided to take advantage and go ahead with it.
Yep. Yep. One thing about Ricardo here, he's good at what he does. And I could definitely say that very well since I've seen him work multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Totally.
recently watched Unlucky Tugs video, and I had no idea that Hank was supposed to be a challenger. That would have been cool.
Yeah, that,
Oh
that
yeah,
would have been cool. But I think the only reason
that's on the Wiki fandom.
I was gonna say, I think the only reason they
Well,
said that they
it
weren't
was
gonna
at
do
least a
that was
proposed
because the
design
model
of
would have
him.
been too big.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that would have been sick though. Like a huge challenger prop. That would have been awesome.
That's just reminding me of these things I've been seeing in most of the reskin servers. They're more of just they're Henry with the challenger bogeys, and oh my, ugh. I'm sorry, they did Henry dirty. Like he doesn't even have the front pony
Well-
truck. It's just an 06060. I don't know how to classify American engines.
Speaking of American engines, do you guys remember one of Enterprising Engines videos that one title, "Working on the Railroad"?
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, ironically, I was watching that video. I watched that video today, and that's another fact that gave me the urge of making Hank.
Oh, was it was it the song between him and Murdoch?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Even though
I've
I didn't mention Murdoch, it's clear of the episode I was talking about.
Yeah, I watched that episode quite a few times.
I'm
Also
still,
watched.
I'm
Is that
still hoping, I'm still hoping for the day I can actually voice act for him. I, I asked him a few times at the train show, not all the time, but he said he didn't say no. He said it's a possibility. Really, I'm still waiting on. I'm still waiting on that. I'm still waiting for that one.
keep your hopes up, Andrew? You might as well.
I know one of my friends actually met um Enterprising Engine while in Edison.
Oh really?
Uh,
Oh really? Who was it?
Mine Engine.
Ooh.
Mine engine. Mine engine.
Yeah, the one that got the picture with you and Jay.
Ah, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Forgive me. Forgive me. It's been quite a forgive me. I can't really remember much people because if I only see him one time, I don't fully remember. I need
yeah.
to see. I need to see. I either need to see a picture of him, or see him again to understand to see him properly.
That's
If you know,
fair.
yeah.
I really, to be honest, you to be honest, you guys should consider yourselves lucky that you live in America. I mean, there's a lot of events on model train shows there
Mm-hmm.
because, well, just to say
Sometimes it
it,
could be a blessing and a
here
curse.
there's not so many train fans.
That's sad.
Not all of them are interested in trains. Only a
Outlook.
few, but not the young generation.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
where do you live?
it's a
Well, I'm not sure. Well, I doubt that Burt Reynolds was a railroad fan himself because the
Uh,
band never used a train.
they. I don't think. Well, I'm not. Well, we can't really ask him now, can we?
I was gonna say living in America
Uh-huh.
can be a blessing or a curse depending on where you live. The weather where I live is how do I say it? You'll be warm one day and then it'll be really cold the next. It's
Hmm.
Here,
dude,
here in here in Delaware, I get a mixture. Mixture. Like I live on, like my state is so small. I live on the very middle edge of the United States. AIDS. Like Delaware is so small, and yet we get the same weathers as we get the same weather of winter and spring. Except the only difference is Delaware doesn't get much. Delaware barely gets enough snow like it used to, and it's starting to get a little hotter over here during the summer.
Here in Florida,
Well,
you have three
you
options: hot, hot, or hot.
I should know one of my friends,
isn't that
Skylar.
too much hot?
Well, Ricardo, Ricardo, what can you say? In Florida, it's hot, hot, hot.
Nothing else.
Very funny,
Oh, and
Andrew.
also there's
Very
rain.
funny.
A lot of rain.
I mean, didn't Florida just
well-
get snow this past winter?
Like northern Florida, yeah, but South Florida, like no, we didn't get any snow.
Wait, Ricardo, what did you say?
I wasn't talking actually.
No. What did you say to me just a few moments ago? After I did that hot.
Oh, I actually lost what I was saying. I actually don't know what I was saying now.
You basically said very funny, Andrew. Very funny.
Oh yeah, very
Yeah,
funny,
yeah.
Andrew. Very funny.
I
Yeah,
thought it
but
was funny.
afterwards, I was about to say.
I thought it was funny.
Okay, I get you now. But still, you guys wouldn't even wouldn't last a week here in Mexico, because, well, for you guys, the weather there is, I'm sure, it can be the same from here, but maybe for some other, but maybe since you are I'm not sure if you guys are still used when the weather gets cold. Here it doesn't get that cold for snow.
You realize my friend Delilah is is Canadian and half Mexican, right?
Say what now?
She's part Mexican. Her mother's Mexican.
Oh, Delilah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually forgot about that.
Uh, but yeah, but yeah, she's a great. But yeah, she's a great. But yeah, but yeah, she's a great friend. And all. What the?
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
Arbor.
I don't much get the chance of interact with her, so I barely know. I barely know a bit of. I barely know a bit of her.
I understand. Uh,
Yeah.
A A Bar Killer Fan 2002. If I pronounced his name wrong, I apologize. Says in my state the weather is very confusing. I'm Mexican. Oh wow, another Mexican just like you.
Oh. Wait. Where?
Some guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw it now. Yeah. Yeah. I would be the only one who lives in Mexico. I mean, even some of the chaps that run the site, Shiny Time Works 3D, are also Mexican like me. Some of them actually.
And there's nothing wrong with people who are Mexican. There's nothing wrong with people who are Mexican, Chinese, Japanese,
But
whatever.
But
No, of
mainly
course
the
not.
fact that I was talking is, dude. Well, the fact difference I'm talking about is the weather, because well, we also have some cases here where the weather is warm, but all of a sudden it gets cold.
You're hot.
Because it has happened. It has happened previously, and all that.
You're hot and you're cold, and yes, they don't know. You're in and you're out. You're up and you're down.
Mute
Sorry.
Andrew, someone please.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You couldn't help it. But well, if you can't help it, don't.
I'm rain.
Hmm. Okay, so right, so just a
You saw
bit
that
of
face. You saw Hank's face, and the first thing I thought was, "Howdy there, Thomas."
Yeah, that I
I
remember.
mean,
Yeah, when
he's
Michelangelo's had
American.
the voice.
What did you expect?
I was gonna say the way Michael Brandon did Hank was like, it didn't need to be as funny as it was, but it was really funny, and that was probably what made it one of probably my only favorite season 12 episodes.
Or at least a little bit of goofy.
Yeah, it was a little bit goofy.
God, season 12 was so bad. Now that I look back on it.
I mean, I'm gonna sound like
It's
just a
not the
hot
worst
take on
season,
this.
but like, man, it was bad. Now that I look back,
I'm just gonna say this: Hit Era Henry kind of tanked in
Henry, you
terms
said?
of, yeah, Henry really tanked in the later Hit era and early Miller era.
Yeah, I would. Well, I would agree. Yeah.
I mean, sorry, how could you take Henry seriously when you have bubbling boilers?
Oh, that's the nitrogen era. Yeah. No, no.
Man,
Like CGI Henry was awful. Honestly, like he had one good, like a few good episodes. Like Henry's
Yeah.
Hero, that was actually like a good episode.
Yeah.
But like like he was super inconsistent. Like you have one like decent episode, and then you have a terrible episode. Like what was that
Henry's
episode
Health and
where
Safety.
Henry?
oh my God,
That
guys!
one, yeah, that one.
Hey
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
uh, my friend KJ told me something in our server of the Fantasy and Fairy Torero series. Today marks 1 today marks 1 year since I made the server.
Congratulations.
It has been a year
Sweet.
already. As in, already a year went past, and wow, that that was fast.
Not bad.
Nice.
By
Yeah.
Ricardo, I sent you a message in the stream private chat. Don't say it out loud. Just
Don't worry, I
Say it out
won't.
loud. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Say it out loud. Say it out loud. Say it out loud.
It's
Good
a,
one.
it's a surprise.
Sorry, I'm also listening to.
Wait, Andrew. Did you try to send that to like Ricardo privately?
You guys can see. You guys can see it too.
Guys,
You guys.
only we have to. All I ask is to see, but not read it loud.
I
Yeah.
won't. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But and about you, about the that certain dude you have there on your profile pic, Andrew. I wouldn't be surprised you were the one who introduced me to that certain movie, and I really thank you for that.
I was gonna say, is it who I think it is? Because you mentioned the movie a few times before.
It's not Burt. It's
No
not Burt
spoilers.
Reynolds. It's not. It's not Burt Reynolds. And plus, even if we could, he passed away a few years ago. Rest in peace.
See.
Yeah, but ironically, 10 years before him, his colleague Jerry Reed, the man who made all the songs in the movie, he passed away in 2008 too.
I just looked at the comments. One of them says RWS Henry pulls heavy train, rescued 2 failed diesels, helped take the express despite being in the middle of being repainted. Meanwhile, CGI Henry afraid of snow, rain, and chicken pox. I
know,
don't
right?
get
Like,
that
what the
episode
hell?
at all.
To be honest,
Yeah.
okay. Look, let me just be honest here. I really hate how they always make Henry the scaredy cat of the series.
Me too.
Like Henry's the pussy of the team. Like, forgive me for the language for younger people watching.
No, that's valid. That's valid. You're absolutely right.
It's all
Yeah.
right, Andrew. It's all right.
That's valid, bro. Like, no, he was.
I mean, they made him into an absolute chicken. That I feel like more would have fit Percy than anything.
The flatbeds of fear. Oh no! Shut up! I don't want to hear that.
To be honest, okay, look. To be honest,
He
look. Let
cried.
me say this right now. I can understand about the whole Henry being scared when he was younger and back when he was in his old shape. That's one thing. But
He wasn't scared of the rain. He just didn't want to get his paint wet. Like,
tell that
That's
to the
another
nursery rhyme.
fact.
Tell that to the nursery rhyme. Once engine attached to a train was afraid of a few drops of rain. Tell that to the nursery rhyme.
You know,
I
I've
don't know.
watched. There was this one of my friends made a headcanon with this. Is that Henry wasn't originally afraid of the rain until, and this is from his series, but 87546 was the one who told him the lie about, the rain spoiling paintwork.
Wait! I think I get the reference of what you're talking about because I've seen that video too. But that's actually going to be in fact, that's actually going to be a reference in my series as well. Basically how Alfred told Owen a devious trick decided to play a devious trick on Henry, and that happens to be that particular thing. Of course, no one realized. Of course, Henry didn't tell Sturmhead or the other engines about what happened until at least not during that time. But I was thinking, like, instead of Henry telling Thomas, because I don't think Thomas was around because Thomas was not around at the time, he basically told Edward about what they said. Edward tells ever wanted to tell shut up and Pat, but kind of forgot until Henry was brought out of the tunnel. Now, of course, another thing in my head is I will not have Henry be painted blue because one, I don't want him in H.I. Fire 6 looks very the same. Plus, I'm still trying to make an old. I'm still trying my best to get an old shape Henry, but I'm not making. I'm not making two of them. So in my head, Henry was never painted blue to begin with.
Yeah, I was gonna say because in
Yeah.
my little head canon, 98462 and Alfred are two different characters.
Oh no!
Like-
No! I understand that. I understand that. I understand that, and I respect that. Because Ricardo's doing the exact same thing, and I can respect that.
I was gonna say because it's just an overused trope at this point to make the one character that was used for one series be the villain of many different stories.
Ricardo, I sent the link to the guy. To the guy, he said he's trying to get in.
Oh, that's odd because it should have accepted by. He should have been here by now. Hang on. I'll send the link directly to your DMs and you can copy that. Let's see if that works.
I have already did.
All right.
I was gonna say with talking about some of the CGI stuff, I feel like they messed up Gordon for half the. Actually, no, they did mess up Gordon for most of Boba.
Well, they messed up every character, but go on.
Another thing I really. Oh yeah. Look. Okay. Look. Another thing. Okay. Look. I'm gonna say this right now. Making Gordon a complete bully and a jerk to everyone, like seriously, has anyone ever? Do these people not bother doing their research of Gordon, of how he was?
Okay, can I just say something real quick? The only time that like jerk ass Gordon worked was in season 5 because like he always got karma whenever he was being like rude or anything like that. Like I think do we all agree on that?
Yeah, I feel like season 5, season 6, Gordon fits.
Yeah, it was funny because like he always he wants a better view and then he ends up crashing through the station like.
And then he cuts up. He's like, "Oh,
there he is.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hello there."
I was gonna say the best episode with Gordon probably getting that bit of karma was just it was either Thomas and the Rumors or Gordon Takes a Tumble.
Oh, right.
Or Better View for Gordon.
Yeah,
Right.
Better View for Gordon as well.
Right. Hold on. Before we talk anymore, a killer fan. Is your microphone on?
More like your camera on. Or
Yes, it's on.
I take that as a no.
Because we can't see you. Just the icon that the camera is not working.
I think this is his first time being in Steam, so he's still learning.
Okay then.
Okay.
But yeah, in later seasons, yeah, like Gordon being a jerk is just like out of character, like annoying.
Oh, okay. Look, I understand Gordon be like that during the early days and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. I don't know if people are gonna have the same takes as me. Some of the hate towards Nia and Rebecca getting added into the cast is absolutely unnecessary.
Thank you. So I agree.
Mainly Rebecca because having a merchant navy does seem to. I feel like she kind of fits in. If she had been introduced earlier, I feel like that could have been a big point to people liking her a bit more if they did her right.
Exactly. But yeah, as for Nia, okay, look, so much hatred towards her. I mean, okay, yes, look, she's African, but she's a British design. Can you, Jimmy, just leave the poor
Wait,
engine
what?
alone?
I thought she. Hmm?
Look,
She is indeed African, and well, African design.
Yeah, because I thought Andrew just said she was a British design. I'm like,
No.
no.
Okay,
I think.
I answered. Can you hear me now?
Yep, we
I
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Yep, loud and clear, buddy.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, before we say anything else,
Nice to meet you all.
okay, before we say anything else, first of all, welcome to the crew, Killer fan, Killer
A
fan.
Barry Killer fan.
Oh, what?
A Barry Killer fan.
Do you have like a real name we can work with, like or a
Arthur.
nickname?
Call me Arthur.
Arthur.
Okay, Arthur. Okay, yeah, we can work on that, Arthur. So yeah, welcome to the team, Arthur.
Thank you.
Yeah. Could I like just say my thoughts on Nia and Rebecca?
Go on.
So okay, but before I say anything, I want everyone here to know I have no problem with female or diverse characters. I have absolutely no problem with that. Okay, like
Okay.
not a
Oh,
problem.
do I?
Okay.
But Nia and Rebecca are bad characters, plain and simple. I'm sorry, but they're just terrible characters.
I mean, I feel like most of that just comes from them being introduced in a really crappy era. The show.
Yeah, but I also don't like the way how they were introduced. Mainly Rebecca.
Okay, let me say this right now.
Well, the
Okay,
only
okay,
fact that
Let me say
that
this right now.
one of the many facts that they have a bit of hatred on them is because it was due to is because they took Henry and Edward's place in their sheds.
That was
And well,
Mattel.
I understand why, but I didn't. That didn't have to happen in the first place. I mean, they couldn't be on. I mean, they should have been another way, but all the same, they don't deserve any hatred.
Yeah,
Not even
Just
from
say-
the fans.
I agree.
And the one thing I should say, hey Joey, I mean, okay, let me say this right now, Joey. I mean, I accept I accept what you're saying, but let me say this right now. But let me say this: don't blame the character. Blame the company for what they did to the characters. The characters don't deserve the blame.
Yeah, I agree with that, but
Exactly.
at the same time, like, what do we make of them? Like, I'm sure if I like made a spin-off series, I'm sure I could introduce Nia and Rebecca a much better way than Mattel did.
Well, in a way.
Plus, remember, guys, all opinions are acceptable and are
True.
allowed to be heard.
True. But okay, let me say this right now. Joey, have you heard of a guy? Have you heard of someone called what's his name?
Soda Productions, is that what you're talking about?
No, not Soda Productions. No.
Oh.
A YouTube veteran by the name of Joey Turner.
I've
Oh,
heard of him,
yeah.
yes.
I follow him on DeviantArt.
Yeah. Basically, Joey, he did his own comic story, and basically, and in a few of his comic stories, he actually gave Nia and Rebecca better story plots. Like the stories are much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but if
I
you
say a lot
but if
better,
anybody ever
actually.
came up to me and tried to tell me that what Rebecca does was a good episode, I would personally just be like, I'd be like, go home, watch the whole era again, and
Watch
come back.
season 1, okay?
Just watch season one, then come back.
Because
Yeah.
she didn't even do anything. She just shows up, and then just boom, she's in the sheds, and Henry's just gone. They just threw him in the trash. Like, this character of like 70 years, let's just throw him in the trash.
I get-
Why not? We can do whatever we want as long as we look good in the papers.
I
'cause
get-
we're Mattel.
Yeah.
That's basically that was Mattel's fault, not the character. Not
Yeah,
the character.
I know, but God, it's still like just rub. I can't even say it. It just rubs me the wrong way. Seriously.
I mean, I respect your opinion, my friend. But the only advice I can give you is try not to look at the characters the wrong way, because the characters, deep down, they did nothing. They did nothing wrong. They did nothing wrong. Wrong. It was all part of the story. It was the people at Mattel. Mostly the CEO's stupid idea. The people just went along with it. well, technically they didn't have a choice.
Yeah,
I know, but like nothing about
yeah,
Nia or well, Rebecca kind of works. Her design, I could see that. A merchant navy in Sodor, okay, that makes sense. But like Nia, just like they did not try like at all with her. They
I
didn't
mean,
try to make her.
her basis was originally narrow gauge.
Oh, well,
well,
if that's the case, then okay,
Really?
maybe.
yeah,
yeah. But
So-
engines can be regauge. I mean,
Yeah,
he's not wrong.
if you think about if you think another engine, some real life engine that could be regauge, well, look at Stanley's basic. When I'm referring to Stanley, I'm referring to the mid-sode or Stanley.
Yeah.
Being a
Oh.
105 engine, their gauge was being built in the States. He was rather different compared to the UK.
Regauge
Yeah.
regauge wheels, Dookie. I'm not built for your dinky railroads. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much that.
listen, bud. In the States we don't give a dime for a few spills.
We do.
We do
He
here.
wasn't even. He was called number 2. What? Like, wasn't he? Where did
Yeah, but that's the name the fans gave him.
Well, not just the fans. It was also the nickname that Duke gave him because he didn't want. Because to be honest, Duke didn't want to say his name. Can't say I blame him.
I was gonna say because I think that's the same thing with like Eagle. They didn't really come up with a name originally. People just assumed and we're just like, hey, let's name him this collectively.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, we have two Stanleys. One is a silver standard gauge engine that's polite and friendly, and the other one is a red narrow gauge engine from the Minnesota Railway, who caused a little bit of trouble and got turned into a pumping engine.
Yeah,
See,
I
wanna
would
know
be
your
surprised if I would be surprised if we mix the TV railway series world, and some of the characters in the Wild Western universe. I say there's a bad generation of number twos. I mean, always the number two seems to be the engine that always turns out wrong.
Yeah. Of course, there's also another number 2. I know he's a fan-made character, but I still kind of respect. But I still like the character. And yes, I'm referring to Mister Goldish yellow engine.
Oh yeah, Andreas.
Proteus?
Proteus?
No,
wait.
Andreas.
Oh,
Andreas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andreas.
Oh yeah, Waldner Wester's character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know he's a fan-made character, but I really love just his personality. I
he
like.
fits well. He fits well, don't you think?
Yeah, an arrogant engine that only cares about pulling the express and doesn't give two craps about certain passengers, even if they're like a few moments late. Hey,
Wait, Andrew, wait there. Did you say American engine?
no, no, I said express engine.
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard American engine.
No. I said.
But
no, I said.
please don't deny. But please don't deny it. I was not. I just wanted to say it, and I always wanted to, that for what is tell, Andreas came from the Isle of Man.
I know.
And I think I think, well, I could be wrong. Maybe there's an engine like him in the Isle of Man.
Well, there have been there are like body shells on eBay people can buy and turn into him. And I'm actually
Well,
I mean, they also
I
have
was
say, I
exactly talking about model trains, more like of his original. And
they also had him on Shapeways 2 until before it went down the drain. But yeah, but yeah, for Andreas, like I said, he's an arrogant he's an arrogant express engine who only cares about himself and barely and has no respect for passengers who are either running late, or if he just leaves the station too early. Like seriously.
Yeah, I say he was.
Much Victor.
Yeah, Andreas may have been dark. Andreas may have been dark gold, but he was too green. The turn of
Yeah.
green is when I referred, because here in Mexico, when we use the word green, we're referring to someone that's immature,
Yeah.
and
Here,
that's also another
true.
fact to the fruits.
True. But true. Okay, I see. Well, here in the states, when people say green, we basically say like greenhorns, like rookies. So I guess in a
Yeah,
way.
like young. Yeah.
So so
Interesting.
yeah. So yeah.
Hmm.
So basically, in your case for Mexican race for the Mexican stage, he Andreas was green and was green and rude, was basically green and rude. He, heck, he was even rude to
Yep.
his own. Heck, he was even rude to his own crew, all because he refused to pull freight trains.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he almost got his driver hurt.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
that time when he wished steam, and when steam is already for a steam engine. Well, a steam engine releasing hot steam in someone, that really that
It
well, the
burns.
consequences are not that good.
it burns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like all those times where like in Thomas where like the engines wheesh like people and stuff. Yeah, no, that would hurt if they actually did that.
You gotta think of that moment where James accidentally got the Fat Controller's hat wet from weeshing steam, and it's like you would have had less to worry about you would have had more to worry about besides your hat.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
don't worry about your hat. Yeah, worry about your third degree burns all over your face.
yeah, yeah. So, although the one thing I'm still laughing about Andreas is he told Mr. Sirhandle a lie, saying he didn't hear he didn't hear he didn't hear the patcher yelling, but deep down he did, until he was caught in his
But he
lie.
did.
Yes, and then he was turned into Steamboat.
Yeah, well, not right after. Not before that. But let's say after Falcon learned the truth, and so did Duke, and after Mr. Sirhandle heard it while he was checking on Stewart. He basically Andreas was being a pain in the ass, even towards the trucks, and even said some rude things about a certain kind mind engine that we all know and love, aka Atlas. Everyone loves Atlas.
I was gonna say, I feel like
Yeah.
that's another like common thing people do with like Andreas. Like for the people that do use his characters, like they make Andreas really hate, like they make him hate Atlas for absolutely no, like. I mean, I say that yeah, it is for story purposes.
For Andreas, I see him like a very young version of I see him like a very young version of Gordon.
Yeah,
Of
despite him arriving in like what 19 wasn't it like the 1910s he arrived?
I I
I think it was around after. I think it was around the 1920s or
Yeah.
the late 1920s.
basically in the story, from what I remember, it took I think it was like a month or two after Stanley was turned into a pumping engine.
Yeah,
So,
but
what?
we
So basically,
we can
what?
agree on one fact, guys, that nearly all basically almost every number two on the Mid-Soto Railway turns out to be the bad apple.
Not just Stanley, Smudger, and Andreas. I mean, when I count Smudger, that's fine. There was another rude engine on the Mid-Sodor, and he was not even number 2.
Albert.
Oh yeah, the former Mid-Sodor number 3 before Falcon.
I remember his story, like where
Oh,
he blew
yeah,
himself
Albert.
up. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that
or
was
was that his
I
story?
mean,
I don't
Shunter
remember.
Shunter
Productions.
Productions did put
Yeah.
him as a man who blowed up, but to the YouTuber Thomas 1, there were 2 Henry 3. He wrote Albert rather different, and I rather want to go with that.
Don't forget, the German of Sodor also wrote Albert differently. I mean, he was arrogant, yes, but instead of being blown up, basically, Albert was stubborn. Was being a stubborn jackass, and just basically refused to take on more water. The trucks played up, and basically, without water, it melted his basically melted and damaged his his firebox or
yeah, that I just
I
thought
thi-
of something.
Maybe, yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think so.
and basically because of it, instead of having him repaired because repairs would take a long time, implies he didn't deserve being repaired. Basically, they put him in the back of the shed and they rip him up for parts. So,
No.
so basically, in that version, basically he got the same treatment as Godred, minus falling down the mountain.
Oh yeah,
I'm just looking in the chat.
Mhm. Totally.
No, there's a comment in here that says his firebox was on fire.
Yes.
No, don't mention that
Oh my-
episode.
To be okay,
Yes.
look.
Oh,
okay,
please.
Basically
Look.
drowned himself.
Okay, to me. Okay, let me see.
you
okay,
need to
I'm gonna
pay
be-
attention.
I was
Okay,
gonna say,
I'm gonna be honest here right now. I think that episode of Thomas's firebox being on fire, that was the most stupidest
Oh.
episode I've ever heard.
That was just dumb. Like that's dumb.
First of
You know,
all, it's a
his firebox is always on fire.
First of all,
My
it's a
guys,
firebox.
emergency! My truck is on. My truck is on.
First of all, it's a
Nice.
firebox. It's supposed to be on. It's supposed to be on fire.
No, that makes about as much sense as the actual scene in Day of the Diesels where Flynn's fire hose was in the diesel works while the diesel works was
On
burning.
fire, yeah.
I was like, why did you leave it in there?
I thought wasn't it in the back of the shed or something?
I
like that, or
mean-
No,
what was
it was in the back of the diesel works,
Oh my
like the main
God.
building. Somebody actually came up with a thing for why Sydney has his crappy memory. It was because of the fire. Like it traumatized him so much.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Maybe he like inhaled the fumes or something like that. I don't know.
He's like, said night. Then
Maybe, I don't know, who knows?
Phillips.
Maybe that's.
You
I mean,
know-
maybe he got like brain damage from inhaling the fumes or something. I don't know.
You know,
That
Sometimes
stories like that.
I have to say that the CGI era wasn't thinking so much right about the episodes and such.
Okay.
That's funny. The one good like Nitrogen era movie that came out was actually their first one, I think. So Hero of the Rails
Yeah,
was
I
probably
would
one of the
agree.
best.
Yeah, Hero of the
movies.
Rails. That one was good. Okay.
It
It was
It
great.
had its,
It was
like-
I'd say
You
it's
know-
an excellent movie. I'd say.
when I first
ha-
saw Hero of the Rails, I thought that was going to be the finale of the series, and I was only 7 when it came out.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, I remember.
okay,
that.
because-
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
Hero of the
okay,
Rails
look.
was firstly going to make in model form, but the idea was later
Yeah,
changed.
in like season 12 style, right?
Mhm.
Okay, okay, look, let me say this right now. Okay, look, let me say this right now. I don't care what other people say because I've heard many times before. I kind of like Day of the Deals. I like Day of the Deals. There, I said.
You know,
I thought it was good.
I'm not gonna diss you
You
for
like Day of the
liking Day of
Diesels,
the
right?
Diesels. Like there were some decent parts to the movie. It's just
Well, the main reason. You guys know the main reason why I like it.
Oh, but
Diesel 10.
Diesel 10.
Yep.
I mean,
it was
Diesel 10 is literally Andrew's favorite character. Am I right?
You're not wrong.
Well,
Twinkle
one of his
Toes.
favorites. If you
I still can't get out of my head
That's
the
mid-
fact that
that's
Neil
Midland.
Crone
That's Midland for
was
you,
also on
Clappy
Goosebumps.
Claws.
Speaking of Diesel 10, I couldn't resist.
I was gonna say I
Uh,
think my two
Yeah, you,
favorite
yeah, you can
movies out
resist
of the
the
whole
voice in the character a lot of times.
I mean, but anyway, a message a little while ago from Steam King Productions asked, I wonder if the next April Fool, I wonder if in the next April Fools if you Ricardo would make the world's worst CGI episode Wonky Whistle. No.
I'm sorry, no, that episode
You know
was.
what?
Okay. Look, I've known several other YouTubers who actually did the exact same thing with that episode. Even on April Fool's Day. We don't need to do that.
Are you sure? Sorry, I don't know what the other YouTubers did, so I actually.
They basically took the audio from the actual story and they used like crappy models that make no sense.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
Wonky Whistle.
I think I saw something like that before with Carson's videos, as in his old videos.
Um,
Yeah, I can compare that. I saw.
Very funny. Malachiad Sunlight. I'm gonna call you Sunlight.
Malachite.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you Sunlight.
Malachite Sunlight Avatar. It's actually Andrew. It's Malachite Sunlight Avatar.
I see, but nonetheless, to
Think
make
of
it
a
short,
Steven Universe character.
To make it short and simple, I'm just gonna call him Sunlight. Very funny Sunlight. Very funny Sunlight. And like, I mean, can you blame me? I'm a Diesel 10 fanatic.
Okay, I will say Wonky Whistle is absolutely terrible, but I don't think it's the absolute worst episode of the CGI era.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, really? What was the? Oh, yeah. What was the worst?
The absolute worst episode of the Nitrogen era was Slippery Sodor. It is.
Oh my God! I forgot all
my
about
blood.
that one.
That episode.
That
was the worst
episode
one.
boils my blood every time I watch it. It is worse than Push Me
I
Pull
have,
You, worse than Wonky Whistle, worse than Time for a Story. It's worse than everything combined. It is
and
the
I
worst
have
episode
it
of all
on
time.
DVD.
What about Pop Goes Thomas?
Not worse than that.
I had Splish Splash Splosh on DVD. I used to like it when I was like
Splish
7 or
Splash
8.
wasn't really
I'm
necessarily a bad
sorry.
start.
Okay, look.
It wasn't
I'm
wasn't the
sorry.
worst one. I'll say
Okay,
that.
okay. Look, Split Splash Splash. It was an alright episode. It just wasn't. It didn't make any sense. Now, if you want to really like rewrite the story to make it more sensible, like. Okay, look. I can understand maybe Rosie being that one, I understand that maybe and like Rosie would like to do Splish Splash Splash and Thomas would not, but she convinced him to join him anyway, which caused Thomas a lot of trouble and Rosie, or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Anyone? I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with an idea right there.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand in Slippery Sodor, like literally nothing that happens is Thomas's fault. Like there was no lid on the barrel of bubble liquid. Like you took it by train. You took one single barrel of bubble liquid by train. By train. You couldn't get a truck, a car, a trailer, nothing. Just it has to be a train.
Oh yeah. Another thing that really ground my gears about the episode, the fact that Thomas was running on the rails, all because he did not like engines laughing at his funnel. Like, dude, 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 that's the most stupidest thing ever. I mean, I can understand laughing at something, but Thomas just running away because of it, and plus,
That's
and, and look, and plus Thomas getting a spare funnel from the Steamworks. I can understand that, but hello, they don't have the right funnel for him. It's a Steamworks. They're supposed to have spare parts for any engine.
yeah, I know, right? But that's not the part that makes me like absolutely furious. The part that makes me furious is like when the bubble liquid spills out of the barrel, it does, and then like the shot goes to where the bubble liquid spills. There's no way, like like I would have to play the episode to show you guys, but like there's this one scene where the bubble liquid like sloshes out of the barrel, and then it just randomly shows up on the road. Like.
But yeah, I mean, you don't have to show that. Oh, that because I understand. But yeah, but I do agree with you. That was one that was definitely one of the worst episodes. Gross.
Like I remember, even as a kid, I hated that episode. Like when I was 5, I hated that episode, and like, ooh, I can't even say anything about that. It's just,
I mean,
every time I see it, I just like get
I didn't
PTSD.
took much care for the episodes in the CGI era. I mean, I enjoy a lot of them.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I enjoyed several episodes as well.
So I had to admit that but now looking back, I admit that some episodes, even on the Miller era, could have been a little bit improved. I mean, one of those that I wanted to mention is Edward Strikes Out.
Ugh.
Yeah,
God,
that
the
should have
whole
been rewrited. Oh wait, no. It actually was done. Actually, was done on a comic.
Guys,
thank you, Joey Turner.
Guys, by the way, sorry I
Uncle
left.
Joey.
My laptop had low battery and it shut down on me.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Don't
But
worry.
yeah, but yeah, I hate the actual episode, but I love the I love the rewrite. I never liked Edward being out of character because a lot of people did not like Edward being out of character. Of course, back then I didn't really understand.
Which episode was this?
Yeah.
Edward
Although
Strikes
it
Out.
makes us,
that
it
episode's
makes us
terrible.
think. But Andrew, that makes us think. Looking like would have been Edward's attitude when he was younger. That's something that Jay even said on a call previously. Remember?
Yeah. Okay. I can understand Edward having that attitude when he was younger, but then when he was younger, he worked on the Fern East Railway. So by the time Edward got to Sodor, his old stuff, his younger stuff is gone.
Well, more like he improves his attitude.
Exactly.
But yeah.
But yeah, the whole idea of Edward just being rude to a newcomer. I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't understand all that. But now that I'm older, I'm like, Jesus.
Like, why
Yeah.
did they pick
Yeah.
Edward of all characters? Like, couldn't they have picked someone like maybe Percy? Like,
Or
I
you need a dumb
personally-
character.
Percy's too. Percy's a little younger. Percy's small and kind of a little innocent and doesn't know much things. I kind of say it more with James because James has always been the vain character.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, James wouldn't work either because we all remember when he got rescued by the breakdown train. So if he badmouths the train, it's like,
yeah,
dude, what
right.
the hell?
Okay.
The episode just doesn't
The
work. It
only
makes no
way I
sense.
could see that working with James is if he's just like, we already have a breakdown train. Why do we need this bigger one?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's look at the characters that were in that story. Because what about Gordon? I mean, he was the one who brought up newfangled nonsense to begin with.
What, you know who would have been a better character for Gordon's role?
Who?
Spencer.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That could. Joey, with those things you had on your channel, like making your own adaptation to certain stories, you should do the same thing with that one. Like,
I mean,
like
I mean, I could, but like, it would still be crap. It would just be less crap than the original.
eh, not if you write it correct. Not if you write it correctly. I mean, look at Joey
I mean,
Turner.
yeah, I know, but like,
I could try something like that. Well, if
Yeah.
you, it's someone, well, if you guys are up to it, because I need a little bit of urge for new videos.
I mean, that's up to you. But yeah, but then again, I'm happy with the story that Joey Turner made, and I'm very happy that I'm very happy that Casper. I'm very happy that I convinced Casper to actually make an adaptation of that story, but in a much better way.
I was gonna say,
the only part of that episode I
Yeah,
actually
I saw
enjoyed.
that, and that was really good.
I'm sorry. What were you saying, Joey?
The only part of that episode, like, I actually genuinely enjoyed, was that line from Michael Brandon, where like that he did for Rocky, where he was like, "Go get him, Edward." I actually liked that. That was funny.
Go get him, Edward. Yeah.
I actually liked that. That was funny.
Although another thing that really confused me was Rocky's a crane engine. Where on earth did he get a whistle?
more or less, where did it go?
Wait, what? Sorry,
Like,
guys,
it
it was
wasn't-
cutting on my side, so I didn't hear it.
But basically we were saying like for Rocky being a crane, and he has a whistle in one episode. It only appeared in one episode. After that, he just decided not to use it. Like, where did the whistle even come from? Crane engines don't even use whistles unless it's.
I mean, some do. Some
Maybe.
do. Like, not
I mean,
all, but
I
some
know-
have like safety
I think
whistles.
the only way that we can testify that why Rocky has a whistle is to make him special. That's all.
I see. I mean, the only one that works with the only crane that works well with a whistle more properly is Harvey.
Well, yeah, because he's an
He's
actual
an
train.
engine.
Yeah.
I mean, then
Or
again,
an actual
you gotta
locomotive.
think,
But
gotta think that we're talking about Rocky having a whistle, yet we forget. Yet I feel like most people forget that Toby had a whistle for the first few seasons.
yeah,
I always
yeah.
forget that.
Yeah.
yeah, that's something that people seem to forget.
Oh yeah,
I'm
But I
forgetting.
think in
And we're
in
not talking
Champion
about
is
the
the only
three
one where you
times
hear it.
whistle.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Thanks for bringing it up because it's time for time to vent about another crappy episode. Toby's whistle.
Oh, jeez, yeah, that's
Yeah.
crap. But it's a nitrogen episode, so
I have no memories of watching
yeah.
that episode.
I had one of those at one point. No, you didn't, James. Shush.
no, he didn't. Like, why did he say that? No, you didn't.
Yeah,
A three-time James had a three-time steam whistle. Bull fucking shit.
You
I was
liar.
gonna say,
oh,
Because-
please.
I was gonna say because, I was gonna say the only person that I've seen make a thing that leads into that episode, and I dare not mention his name because
I understand.
Yeah, we understand.
Hmm.
Okay,
And you
okay,
don't
look.
have to say out loud, Andrew.
even though it didn't work for that either.
Okay, look. There's one engine that I think he worked. I think there's only one engine I can think about that could probably know about the three-time steam whistle. I mean, he never had it, but I think he knows someone. But then again, I'm pretty sure the only because the three-time steam whistle is an LN whistle. So basically, so I think Gordon would know about those since he used to work on the LNER.
Then
More
again,
like
even-
accurately, Andrew. Sorry, but more like Gordon would have known by Flying Scotsman because he went to America.
Exactly. Exactly. So basically, Gordon and Flying Scotsman would know about the three-time steam whistle.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Mhm.
either
Pretty
Gordon
much
or
from the tour
Rosie.
that Flying Scotsman had in the 60s.
Yeah, Rosie because she. Yeah, Rosie because she's an American. Because she's American.
Or what about the engine right in front
Oh,
of us?
yeah,
Hank, he's
that's
American.
right.
Yeah.
But-
Me wonder, because you guys saw that one like Welcome to Sodor short a while back for Sam that articulated engine, right?
Yeah.
I was always
Oh yeah.
like when that first came out, I was waiting for the episode that I thought he was gonna be in to come out, and then it
Oh yeah,
never came out.
Sam. Yeah.
I was like, are you
But that
kidding me?
never
Why?
came.
I was like, why have that character in a segment and not use them? The same thing with Logan. It was like
I know.
like,
Like, what the
yeah.
hell?
they came as
were
book
just
exclusive. Same with Dustin, I think.
Yeah,
He was a
Dustin
book
didn't even have a
exclusive.
Oh
short.
yeah, Dustin too. They introduced in potential characters, but after that, they just
Bye bye.
left it on the dust.
I mean, I
Huge
like that
wasted
in
potential.
Blubba.
How,
The only thing I could commend Blubba on is that they've retouched on some of the engines from the Great Railway Show, which I liked mainly for I think it was Shane's episodes that were probably the best for that I liked the most.
To be honest, I was hoping for an episode where Thomas comes to America and we see more of Vinny, but that never happened.
I was gonna say, I know they did one episode with him in
Yeah,
Arizona,
but
but
you
that
don't
was
have to
to
say
introduce another.
yeah, that's true.
But that was to introduce Bo as a merchandise character.
I can't commend Bubba for anything. I hate everything to do with Bubba. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, I
Just
understand.
like any of the
So do I.
international episodes, I don't enjoy any of them. They're all garbage. I hate them.
You know, one thing I hate from Buaba are the pop culture references. They do not work, in my opinion. They're not funny.
I mean, I'm gonna say this, and I know some people either one are gonna say something about this, but
Disagree?
Ace was not a good character.
Who?
Like
Oh
Ace,
yeah,
the race
the
car,
Lightning McQueen.
Oh no,
Okay.
no, it was awful.
the Lightning McQueen, the Lightning McQueen ripoff.
Yeah, why don't you just say
Except he was
Ka-chow
yellow.
so we can all get it out of our heads? Yeah.
Yes.
First of all, the whole free and easy nonsense and him disobeying the rules of the road, including a little crossings. Like, dude,
Like,
where's the
are there
common
police on
sense?
Sodor?
Yeah. I
Like,
mean, there would
dude.
have to be, considering in season 21 they did the marvelous whatever the special was called with Kenji.
Marvelous Machinery.
Yes.
Yeah, like there's. God, I hate Bubba. I hate it. I hate Bubba. I hate it. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it.
Uh,
Okay,
what was
let's
that
move on.
reaction?
I can't
Because
take
that's
Bubba.
totally out of character. Sorry.
Okay,
Nah, it's fine.
okay. I say we move away from Bubba and maybe talk
Yeah.
about something. Maybe let's move away from from talking about the bad episodes and let's talk
Okay.
about some good ones because there were a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
Also,
Um,
another thing about the entire season of Thomas and Friends, when the show in season 12 they actually use a new model of Toby, because throughout the whole seasons of Thomas and Friends, the model of Toby was the one that he introduced in the first season. Imagine
Oh, yeah.
that. A one single model
really?
without changing use throughout many series. Think about that. I mean, to be honest, Toby's model it's really a marvel,
True. But
yeah, because
at least for me.
but anyway, let's talk about some good episodes. There's like a series that I love the most from season 4, and that happens to be the story the quadruple episodes of the one and only Duke the Lost Engine.
oh yeah,
Oh,
everyone loves
yeah.
that.
Those
Amazing.
are
Oh yeah.
amazing.
Fantastic.
Yep. The introduction of Duke, along with Stuart and Falcon, who later became Peter, Sam, and Sir Handel. A small little introduction to Smudger, which somehow made him a popular character for some reason.
Like a lot of people usually have different like number one favorite characters, but Duke is usually like in the top two, top three of everyone's favorite. Like, and I can see why. Yeah, Duke is a super good character.
Hey guys, look who's joined.
Pretty good.
Look who's joined.
Hey, Ruben.
Hello.
It's Ruben itself.
Hey there.
Ruben?
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
Hello.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah. Another character we all know and love. A certain standard gauge diesel that we all know and love.
Boko.
Boko.
Okay.
Bucko.
The biggest and the best.
I'm gonna take my season 5 vacation in Baruva. Goodbye.
Oh yeah, the bloopers. Yeah, I remember that.
Honestly, I feel bad for Bucko. I mean, he wasn't. I mean, because remind me, when was the last time we saw Bucko showing up?
Double teething trouble.
Yeah.
That was the last episode he was in.
Since season 5.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
just
too bad.
Bill and Ben pissed Boko off so much that they just does not show up anymore.
He's like, screw this.
But
He's
yeah,
like, bye.
Yeah, goodbye.
but the one thing I really love about Boko, his design. I mean, you don't see a
Yes.
design. You don't see a design of that of a diesel like that. I mean, come on, a diesel with two different types of bogies, a Coco bogey in the front and a Bobo bogey in the back, given the nickname Kobo for the Class 28, which saying backwards it's Boko, which is happens to be his name.
He's such a clever character. Like,
Bobo?
he's a super smart character.
I'm gonna say this. Derek's original design
Hold on.
was
You said
Oh, I
Bobo?
like
Interesting.
Derek.
Derek was originally meant to be a class 14, I think. Like the same class as Iris from sort of the modern years.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to be a class 14. Yeah.
But I guess they wanted to give. But to be honest, I kind of like him. I like him as a BR-17.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
me too.
Yeah, I like Derek's spaces too, and he and Boko have a lot. And I see that he and Boko has something in common. I mean, they were some failed designs, and they were in danger of being scrapped.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. And once they came to Soda Warp, Sir Tubman had finally fixed their teams once for all. Well. Then again, Derek only appeared one time. He had an appearance for one episode and a small cameo in all Legends.
I'm
Oh
actually
yeah,
writing,
he was
Yeah.
calling
I'm
them.
actually writing my own book for Derek.
That's too
Yeah,
bad,
and calling
actually.
all engines of all of all things, Derek makes an appearance.
I mean, didn't Daisy also have that one time
She
appearance
did.
in there?
Yeah, she did.
She did, but
No speaking role.
No, she's just there.
To be honest, they might say a good potential with both Daisy and Derek. I mean, they still have the models. They used it for one thing, and then gone.
Bye bye.
The
Yeah.
one blooper reel where Arthur was missing his eyes.
No, that wasn't a blooper. That made it into the actual episode.
He's like, Oliver, I can't see.
Yeah,
I got
but
my
Got your eyes bucking out.
you know that wasn't a blooper. That was part of the actual episode.
Yeah, I know. I think
No,
I
that's
think they put it on the
horrifying.
blooper. I think they put it on the blooper reel as well.
Oh my, yeah, no, it's just terrifying.
Well, you want more terrifying? That one clip of James, that one season 10 blooper
yeah,
of James.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
big scale James, yeah, with his eyes going underneath his
Okay.
his face.
Okay.
wait,
Oh yeah.
wait, guys. Do you know something terrible about the season 12?
What?
Edward's eyeballs.
Oh yeah, it looks like he's on drugs all the time.
Okay.
Because
Edward, why do you
on
look
this-
high?
when the show introduced the CGI faces, Edward's eyeballs were rather small compared to his eyes, and that makes it
Like-
rather creepy.
Yeah,
No.
they were like little mosquitoes on his eyes.
I'm sorry, hybrid era Toad with his voice in that one episode. He's just, would you like some help? I'm sorry, Toad. What have you been smoking?
Okay.
Oh my god.
He almost sounded like, "Hey, wanna try some marijuana?"
Like, yeah.
Hey,
But there's something funny about that scene with Toad was that like if you look closely at like one of the establishing shots with Toad, you notice his face is much bigger than like than Toad himself.
Yeah,
Like the
that is
animators
true.
messed up.
I never saw that.
Yeah, like if you let me see if I can pull up a picture real quick. Hold on.
Okay, but also while he's doing that, another character, I thought I thought his class was quite amazing. I thought because it's a rare and unique design. Ein, and I'm talking about a certain engine that looks like an engine that looks like a black bread box, aka Neville.
I think
Oh,
Neville had
yeah,
a lot of
Neville.
potential. I heard his basis
But
was
they just
built
simply used
during
it
World
for
War.
one episode and several cameos,
Yeah,
but never
I
speaking.
feel like,
But
I was gonna say, I feel
and
like they could have.
and he would have become a CGI character because on season 12 we just got to see him in CGI form, same as Murdoch.
You
Yeah.
know, I think
Although they only had one
considering
time
that
speaking
Neville's
roles.
class was built during World War II, it would have been amazing if his personality was like a military engine. In fact, that could be amazing, him being a military type character.
I mean, I guess that could work. I mean, the
Like
Q1s
Bradford?
were the strongest 060 tender engine in Britain at
They
that
were even
time.
stronger than the Black Fives. He would give Henry a run for his money.
Yeah.
Until the birth of Murdoch years later.
I mean,
But he's still
yeah,
a,
I guess
but
that
he's
is
still
true.
a strong for. But the only thing that surpasses is that he's the strongest 060 on Sodor.
True. But yeah, I mean, okay, I can definitely see. Okay, I can see Murdoch being a engine of World War II and maybe have some personality. But instead of having like a personality, because I don't see Neville like a blue nose figure or basically a stubborn, a hard nose type. More like he keeps to himself because of I kind of see him as he keeps things to himself because of
Yeah.
the war.
Not
Like
all, not all
like-
wartime engines are. Not all wartime engines are like
All
closed
stuck
mind, if I could put it that way.
Oh.
Well, some can be traumatized from the horrors of the war, and that's not uncommon for soldiers either.
So I
Yeah,
can see
sure.
Neville as a kind, caring, but also a quiet engine because sometimes, and even if he got therapy before he came to Odor, he would still need therapy because he would still need therapy because of all the stuff he saw.
I can only
no-
imagine,
Mhm.
I can only imagine
Yeah.
the horrors. I mean, the books tell it all.
In fact, in fact, Joey. Whenever I'm not saying like because I know it's far in the future, but have you ever thought of giving that idea of Neville that we just talked about something in your upcoming story? But I mean I know probably you're gonna say spoilers.
Yeah,
or
we
whatever.
already get that for a possible idea, Andrew. We get that.
Yeah, that could work. That could work. But like, what frustrates me about Neville is like how detailed and how accurate they made him to the Q1s. But they like they barely used him. He only had 4 words in total in the episode. He says hello,
Hello.
and thank you. That's literally all he says.
Besides that first line in what was it,
Guys,
Best Friends?
Oh yeah, he was in season 12 too, but no one remembers.
No
I-
one remembers
Yeah, he only
the
said,
one
like,
line.
one line.
I need
Brass
to
band
leave
is
a
arriving at
call.
Brendam Docks.
Oh
I
yeah,
need to
fun
leave the
fact.
call
There's a
because I need to go to bed because I have work tomorrow.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
Thank,
All right.
All
thank
right,
you very
all right,
much.
all right. Have a good night. But
Thank you.
yeah.
I hope we can meet again.
Oh,
Tom.
indeed, Arthur. You have a good night.
Thanks, Andrew. See ya. Good night, everyone.
Good
Good night,
night.
everybody.
Yeah.
Night.
But yeah, but also, Sunlight. That message you just sent. I don't talk about Victor anymore for obvious reasons.
Yeah, he's a, as people say, he's a bit controversial now.
I no longer associate myself with him anymore. I kind of got rid of his O's, and I got rid of
That's
his
why.
OC because of it.
That's why I got rid of the videos that had him in it on my channel.
So yeah,
Because I was like, yeah, no, sorry, I'm not dealing with all the.
oh, I mean, yes. But to answer your question, yes. I also remember Peter from Wild Peter. But I mean, if I would give Peter a proper personality, I mean, maybe with Joey's help, since he's fascinated with 8Fs, and plus his nickname being the American 8F on YouTube, I rather have like proper. I would definitely have to ask Joey for some ideas for Peter's headcanon in it from me and maybe a few others. But but for me, I see Peter as a kind, caring engine, similar to how Wild and Wester introduced him at Bellevue Tunnel, all that stuff, but with a
Well,
few differences.
well, Andrew. Actually,
yeah, like
Wano Wester did base Peter from Murdoch. Only
That
he only taking away the thought, the thoughts of
piece and
just rechanging a few things, including all the peace and quiet thing.
yeah,
what
yeah. To be honest, okay. Look, I can understand Murdoch liking peace and quiet, and I'll still keep that around. But I'm going to use the idea from Carson. I'm going to use the idea of Carson's adaptation of Murdoch with peace and quiet. Like he's not upset. Like he's not obsessed with peace and quiet, but he prefers it once in a while. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agreed. But yeah, we understand.
It- actually, Joey. Always on the speaking on the talk of this character and the idea of you being an Ada. What are your thoughts on Peter?
well by thoughts do you mean what did I try to do with Peter? Is that what you mean?
What like your own your own thoughts. What the personality and many other and some other ideas for you.
Well, what I tried to do with Peter, the only in my episode in the movie I made, The Great Centennial, was I tried to kind of make him like Goku from Dragon Ball. Like he's nice, he's easygoing, he likes like he's friendly, but he's also an idiot. Like he's just kind of like clueless. That's what
Uh,
I tried to do with him.
I can see your point.
I like characters like that. Characters that are super nice, but they're also just like lovable idiots. That's what I like.
To be honest,
Like characters that are.
to be honest, that sounds more like Splatter and Dodge.
I mean, Splatter and Dodge weren't really like
Wait,
nice
really?
guys. They were kind of like just goons.
Yeah, true, but they were true, but still, they were idiots nonetheless.
Like that's what I tried to go for with Peter, was make him like someone who's like dumb, but he's still hardworking and like you just can't help but love him, even if he's kind of dumb.
I see. I see. Well,
It's like Lofty from Bob the Builder. That's what I tried to go for.
Lofty's Lofty's not really dumb. He was more of a shy crane and stuff. Yeah,
Like
but
he's shy, but he's so hardworking and he's so nice that you gotta love him. Like there's no way you can hate him.
He's a little bit like Fluttershy from My Little Pony.
ah,
I'm not familiar with My Little Pony, but yeah, sure, I guess.
understandable.
Oh, it's a series of ponies. That's all. But Andrew knows. I believe Andrew knows about it. But I'm sure Andrew knows why I'm talking.
But
What's
You
the, like? There's been
you
like a
you can say that
is that a My Little Pony character?
from the Crusher Girls. Yes, this is my favorite character, Sunset Shimmer.
Like I know a lot of people like My
Yeah,
Little Pony, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. Like the hook's there. It has the bait on it. It's dangling there. I'm just not biting.
I
Not that
understand.
it's bad or anything. I'm just not really interested in the show.
I
It's
I
fair.
I understand. I understand, and I respect your opinion.
Yeah. It's like I don't think it's bad. I just don't really. I'm just not invested in it. I don't know.
Understandable. Understandable. We're not gonna force you into that. But all I
I
can say is the show itself. I guess for me, I'm doing. I love the show and all, but I guess I'm just more into the Equestria Girls mostly because that's what actually got me into the Brony community to begin with. And Sunset was the one who actually inspired me to be a Brony.
now that I think about it, wait. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
ironically, she is the character you love the most, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Just say mainly.
And not to
My
mention, she's
friend,
the hottest
two of my
in terms of
friends
her name,
have been.
Sunset.
Yeah.
I mean, two of my friends have been having me watch we've been watching Clarkson's Farm.
I see that Joey's showing his camera. What are you trying to show us? You muted yourself.
I'm trying to flip the camera. I'm like trying to see if you can flip it.
There should be like a flip option.
Is it there? Hold on, wait.
Oh, it looks like a camera with two arrow with an arrow looking like a circling. That means flipping it.
Well, like
Oh.
it's turning
Oh.
on
Whoop,
the,
whoop,
well, like it
whoops.
was turning on the roof.
Whoops!
Oh, there goes Joey.
Okay, I
he's
don't know
And
what happened over
There he
oh,
is.
there he is.
Oh, he's back.
My bad. But what I was trying to show you guys was like on the topic of My Little Pony. Like, there's this series that this person called George Graza or Garza. I don't know how to say his name. Productions.
George,
yeah, I know him.
George Garcia.
Oh yeah, he made this series called Collided Worlds, which is like a sort of mesh.
I know what you're talking about. I'm actually a fan of that show.
Like I took a look at these videos. Like I'm not a fan of My Little Pony, but the animation is really good quality. Like very good
Oh
for
yeah,
fan-made
To
stuff.
bring it back to
Yeah,
nostalgia,
totally.
I instantly
That's
thought
something
of
from
those
one. It almost looks like a work from the animators on the original show.
Yeah,
And
and
well, now that you mentioned My Little Pony, well, something tells me that the series should have continued with some of the newer characters that were introduced in the final season. You know, like Los. What was her name again of Twilight student?
Starlight.
Lusterdown? No, not that. Not Starlight. The one that was on the
right.
final problem.
Yeah, Lester Dawn.
Yeah, settle down, settle down. Your stuttering makes you sound a little bit like you're anxious.
Ricardo, how many times do I have to say it? It's part of who I am. You can't just you just can't tell me to turn it off. To turn it off. That's impossible.
Sorry, I just should have say settle down, settle down.
Even
say,
still,
speaking-
that did kind of hurt. Like seriously, you know about my stuttering, and you're just being kind of rude about it. No offense.
Speaking back to that animation set, it had me thinking of like some really nostalgia stuff, like the SpongeBob in real life videos. Those things were like, I don't know why. Instantly, just thinking about those brings back the sense of nostalgia, and like, well, those and the what was it, the fried chili cheese dog videos with where they were advertising SpongeBob products. Things were-
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Have a bowl, Mister Squidward.
No, no, yeah, yeah. Those videos actually do make me laugh. Anyway, but anyway, but anyway, what was I gonna say again? Oh yeah, moving away from my little pony. I mean, before I became, I mean, besides me being a MLP fan and a Thomas fan, the one thing I'm also quite interested in is Disney. Disney, and no, I'm not counting the crappy Disney remake. I'm talking about
No,
the.
thank God for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Those are crappy.
The Star Wars.
I prefer. I mean,
Yeah.
Water.
I mean,
Shouldn't
some of them
exist.
were okay, but at the same time, I just prefer the classics.
Dude, Snow White, the remake of Snow White got a worse score than Dragon Ball Evolution. I did not think that was possible. I actually did not know that was possible.
Oh, it became possible, all right.
I made a whole post about it on my YouTube. Like, I actually couldn't believe that a movie scored lower than Dragon Ball Evolution, the worst
yeah.
anime thing of all time.
Yeah, for me, my all-time favorite Disney movie I like is basically The Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say Disney, like
And-
not including Pixar, Marvel, or Star Wars, or anything.
I count those two because I love Marvel, I love Star Wars, I love Pixar.
I'm gonna say this, and people have. Well, I'm not gonna say people like. I've told some of my closer friends about that. I'm like, I'm not that much of a Star Wars fan. The Star Wars, the entire franchise is too
Watch the
confusing
original
for
trilogy.
me.
The original trilogy is good. The original trilogy is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I watched the original trilogy. That was the best part of it, and then after that, it got confusing.
Yeah, the prequels are bad.
I love the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy. Main reason, my boy General Grievous. I love General Grievous. His 4 arms, his android-like personality, and him being just evil.
General Kenobi.
General Kenobi.
My favorite Disney movie, not including Pixar, Marvel, or Star Wars, I think for me is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's my favorite.
Yes, yes.
Okay, if I'm
Like
gonna
honestly,
go
it's almost a perfect movie. It's as close as we're gonna get to perfect.
God, man, I thought they'd never leave. I'll be spinning feathers for a week.
Yep.
I was gonna
It's
say,
like
I think,
almost everything is perfect. Seriously, like the
gonna say,
villain, the heroes, everything.
Well, that's what you get for sleeping with your mouth open.
I was gonna say, I think my favorite Disney movie, like that predates Pixar, I think is Aladdin, mainly for the fact of Gilbert Godfrey voicing. Voicing
I
Iago.
love Gilbert Gottfried.
Guys, you just made
I heard you.
Hey guys, you're in trouble. You guys.
Oh no!
I can't listen to this. No one said a word about the pirate.
He's got those pictures like on standby.
The movie. I'm coming down. I'm coming down there right now.
You just got pictures on standby, just like that, like boom.
He does. He does.
Like if I say like Claude Frollo.
I don't have him.
Oh, all right.
Let's just say I only have characters that I like a lot and I like to do a lot, like Iago, for example, because that voice I just did, I've been practicing Gilbert Godfrey voice since I was a kid, and I still do it to this very day. Maybe not 24/7, maybe not 24/7, but
enough times.
Yeah. So basically, when you hear me do this voice, I'm doing Iago.
But what I love
yeah,
that's a really good voice, honestly. The main thing Alfred.
You.
Oh boy, Alfred.
Alfred who?
Alfred the B12.
But
Alfred Stratford. Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying, Joey? Sorry.
But my favorite Disney movie, if we include Pixar, is Cars 1. That's the best Pixar movie of all time.
Okay, yeah. I have to agree. Because my favorite Cars character. Okay, there are a few I like. I like Mater. I like Sally.
I love every character in the movie. I love all of them. They're all. I love them all.
Yeah, yeah. But the one character that I love the most is Doc Hudson.
My man. What's up? My favorite character too.
Oh yeah, that I could agree with you, Andrew. I also like my favorite character in the Cars movie is the one and only Doc Hudson Hornet.
He steals the show. He's the best character.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Paul Newman. Yeah, man.
others
man.
can't say otherwise, but we agree that he is one of the best.
Every time he's on screen, he steals the show.
He's a,
Shane!
he has 3 piston
Shane
cups.
is here.
He didn't win this cup.
Yeah,
He didn't win this cup.
He won 3
Shane-
Piston Cups.
Shane,
He
Shane,
didn't win
you're
this
muted.
cup.
I'm gonna raise you one on that on Cars. The original Toy Story.
The
Original Toy
What about
Story
it?
is amazing. I gotta say that.
The original one
I
was
was-
alright. The original one was alright.
I'd say the first one because
The biggest problem with the first one, I think, is that is because it was I think it's one of the is it the earliest movie that Pixar did?
yeah, I think it's the earliest CGI animated one that they
I
did.
believe so.
Yeah, you can kind of
Yeah,
tell
it was,
that
it
animation
was.
is a little bit dated if you look at it good.
Yeah.
Also, hey everyone.
Hey, Shane.
Hey, Shane. But anyway.
Hey,
anyway,
Shane.
But the topic of Toy Story did come up because I was gonna say my favorite Pixar movie was Toy Story 2. Main reason, and there's a main reason I love Toy Story 2 because it was the introduction to one of my favorite characters, the evil Emperor Zurg.
Why did I get the feeling I know
Oh,
that's where
yeah.
you were going with that?
What can I say? I'm a fan of the villains.
Well, Andrew, I'll never give in.
Naturally.
But
I just see
the
the-
only disadvantage of the villains is that
Wait. Surrender, boss. Let your eye have won.
I'll never give in. You killed my
Sir?
father.
No,
sir,
boss.
you're literally a toy.
Ricardo, you ruined it in a moment.
I would say the
Oh,
Woody line where
sorry.
he shouts at Buzz saying, "You are a toy, but there's people sleeping in my house, so I sadly can't do it."
Okay.
are a toy.
Hey guys,
Thank
Andrew
you.
wanted to say something.
Right. No, Buzz. I am your father.
No.
But yeah. For me, Toy Story 2 was a great movie. The same thing can be said about Toy Story 3. The fourth one.
No, yeah, there was no need for a fourth one.
There
And
was
the
no
same-
need for a
and
third
the
one,
same-
in my opinion.
And now the same thing can be said about the fifth. I am not seeing the fifth.
Not me neither.
Fucking get it. Yeah. The fourth one was bad enough. I saw the movie one time. That I was like, I'm not seeing this again. And I'm not seeing another one if they do make it. Surprise!
Honestly,
surprise,
like
they made
most of the
another one.
good Pixar movies just didn't need a sequel. Like I honestly believe that Cars 1 didn't need a sequel. It was perfect as it was. Did not need a sequel.
Then
Ended
we
there
got
with
Cars
that.
2.
Yeah.
What?
Then we got Cars 2.
Oh
And-
God, no! Don't talk to me about that. No.
I'm
Are
sorry.
you sure
What-
that
what-
Cars
what-
didn't need a sequel?
What about Cars 3? It wasn't that bad.
Okay, Cars 3,
I'm
I
in
can
the middle
deal
of the
with.
road about that
Agreed.
movie, I don't know.
And they
What about
did
Planes,
bring
Fire and Rescue?
some I lost a word.
Oh yeah, but yeah, moving away from Disney, another show that I love the most, and just by my icon, yes, I should not deceive you. I am a big Transformers head. I love Transformers.
Or
yes.
to be more accurate, a Starscream head.
Now, are you spies or just incompetent lackeys?
See, I'm gonna say this as a. I feel like this is a fair take. I liked Transformers animated when it came out.
But actually, funny enough, me and my friends been talking about this. We're actually thinking about binge watching Transformers animated one of these days.
Cool. Oh, there's something going on my screen though.
What?
Okay, just I wanted to bring and say that I like
Oh, what
Cars
the hell?
3 because they brought tribute to
Oh, Shane
Doc
likes Cars too.
Hudson
Okay.
and to his voice actor Paul Newman.
Yes, of
Oh,
course.
dude. No,
Good old Newman.
Paul
That's
Newman.
all.
No, I mean, what more can I say about him? He's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Paul Newman will never be replaced.
You cannot replace him.
Yeah.
There's just so much
Oh, and let's not
aura
forget
to his voice.
Oh, are we still on? Just curious. Should we continue talking about Disney or should we move elsewhere?
Well,
I could talk about Doc Hudson all day. I don't care.
Because
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with
there's
that.
another movie that we are forgetting.
What's
A
that?
Bug's Life.
Yes. The one Pixar film that never had a sequel and never planned to have one.
And didn't need one, thank God.
Yeah,
If they knew where to stop
Let's not
somewhere.
forget that. Let's not forget that in Cars, in the first movie of Cars, they bring a tribute to. Well, I think it was a
Oh,
tribute
yeah, at
to
the
one
end.
of his voice actors that passed away.
Yeah,
Newman,
Joe
yeah.
Ram.
Oh yeah, the voice actor of High. Are you saying the recent one or the one, or basically the guy who passed away during, or the tribute of a certain actor that passed away during the production of Cars?
Yeah, Paul Newman
Yeah,
died, so
that
I think
one.
No,
Doc Hudson died, too.
No, not Paul Newman. It was another one.
No.
my
I
bad.
believe he was meant to be the voice of Red, the fire truck.
Yeah, Joe Ram.
I was
Yep,
actually,
I believe that was.
I was also referring to the guy who actually did. Well, not just that. I was also referring to the guy who voiced Heimlich, Lenny, and Wheezy.
He was also another
Yeah.
character in Monsters Inc., the monster that screamed, "I could have died."
Oh yeah.
Gonna
And
touch me.
he was also Jacques
Yeah.
from Nemo.
Well, yeah, but anyway, moving away from, like I said, moving away from Disney for a bit. Who here are also Transformers fans? I mean, I know Ruben. I know Ruben is.
I like
Me?
I like the comics, the Transformers comics. That's what I like.
But yeah, there are a lot of. I mean, there are like a lot of different Transformer stuff, different Transformer series. Some of them I did not like. For example, I did not and will not like Transformers: Robots in Disguise from 2001. It was just not. It was just, I don't know what it was, but that kind of rubbed me off the wrong way. But just not my thing.
I'm gonna say this: Megatron.
to me.
What was that?
I'm gonna say this: Megatron from the comics is one of the greatest villains of all time. Like, honestly,
I know, right?
because he's not just he's not just like evil bad guy. He's a villain with depth to him.
Exactly.
So much character.
Exactly. Another, yeah, another show I never really, I don't like, and I've seen the entire series. I've seen every episode, but I just didn't. Afterwards, I just didn't like it, and I don't want to ever see it again. And it's one of the Unicron trilogies, and that happens to be Transformers Energon. Oh God, that show was just ugh.
I think Transformers really peaked when Transformers Prime hit.
Thank you. And what are your thoughts of Transformers 1? Judging by the picture I have in my icon, it's basically TF1 Starscream.
Hmm.
I think that was a really good origin story.
It was.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm just gonna say this, man. I do not like any of the Michael Bay Transformers movies. I think they're all bad.
To be
They were all
Yeah,
just
those were
basically
all
fight.
iffy.
It was basically just giant robot fight club.
yeah,
Like, it's so unnecessarily complicated. Like, I know that the Transformers are meant to be robots that, like, transform and stuff like that, but they don't need to be so complicatedly rendered and animated. Like, it looks like a completely different character. Like, this does not look like Optimus. You guys can't see it, but I'm looking at the Optimus from the Michael Bay movie. He does not look like Optimus.
to be honest, I never liked Optimus with flames. I never liked it. Okay, like, the truck was fine. The flames were just unnecessary.
They definitely were.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, a little bit overkill, if you ask me.
Another,
They definitely were.
Too much stylish, even for
Yeah.
an old man.
I mean, granted, the only thing I did love was the whole they brought Peter Cullen back after so long. Of course, there were some things that even Peter Cullen didn't like that Michael Bay was making him do and say. Like, for example, Peter Cullen even told him, like, I would never say this line. That's not his character. Don't care. Say it.
Did Michael Bay?
Yeah,
make
don't
a
care.
TMNT
He will
movie?
kill them all.
Oh yeah, he did. He did make a. Michael Bay did do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
Yeah, he did. I mean, it was all right at the time. Just,
Sorry, I like the 3D animation from 2012.
Hey,
Yeah,
speaking of which, if we can just move away from the Transformers talk for just a teensy little bit, I've been
Go
thinking
on.
about one character that appeared in the 2003 version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I
Go
think
on.
he was called Triple Threat. Does anyone seem to think that character seemed to remind you of Blitzwing from Transformers Animated?
I don't really remember him, to be honest.
I remember Blitzwing so well.
Okay, Blitz. Okay. Look, Blitzwing, I do know, but triple kill guy thing.
Triple Threat.
Yeah, triple threat. I don't know him at all. I never even heard of him.
I'll get the episode that he appears in the private chat, and you can check it out later if you want.
All right.
Yeah, because I know Andrew can't see it on screen, but Shane stole your coaches.
Sorry, Andrew.
Shane.
I'll give them back.
I think I know what he's talking about. I mean, I saw it, but because the stream is meant to be to show modeling.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, I guess we get a little carried away because
No, it's okay. Actually, I wanted you guys here with me because modeling by myself is rather quiet and boring.
And I understand that. And yeah, I'm just saying, like,
Oh, Andrew, you should watch where you're going.
oh boy.
Oh wait,
You'll
Never
crash.
catch me, Andrew.
okay, but things on screen now.
Oh boy.
Really? Let me go back to. Yeah, there we go. Oh
Okay, I
no,
just went back
Henry!
to Blender because-
But yeah, let's see. Let me look. But yeah, but ever since a couple years ago, our friend, but thanks to a couple years ago, I still thank my friend Kirsty to this day. Another show that I got into because of her happens to be none other than Ruby.
I keep hearing about that. What is Ruby?
Ruby is a um, what is Ruby?
I feel like it's I feel like it may be some sort of like 3D anime type thing.
It's all 2D. No, it's all 2D.
Oh,
Basically, it's like it's a series of young teenagers from 16 and old, of 16 and older, training to be future warriors to help fight it's best to hear it from my friend Kirsty, or basically do some research on your own. But all I can say is that Ruby is a good show. It's really good. It's really good. Plus, it's kind of like Avatar: The Last Airbender without the 4 elements.
Yeah, all right. I'll give it a
it's
look.
Avatar. It's Avatar, but with keyblades.
Not keyblades. Not keyblades.
I'm kidding
Not
when I say
keyblades, but it
that.
does have not keyblades, but it does have weapons. Plus, another thing is just like Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's a cartoon that looks kind of that looks a bit anime-ish. So it's basically one of those things.
I could get behind that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and about now that you mentioned elements, there's something that crossed my mind more than one time.
What?
Well, going back to the fact of My Little Pony, what is some of ROCs or even some of the Thomas characters could resemble some of the elements of harmony?
I
don't
guess
see that happening, and you rather like to stick with how the Solar engines are.
I guess I'll have to be loyalty, because I guess I can't see myself as loyalty because, I mean, unlike Rainbow Dash who shows off, but there are times I'm very loyal to my friends, and oftentimes I do show off once in a while, but not like Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, I actually
yeah.
see. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, like I'm always there for my friends. Actually, then again, I know another cartoon that I love a lot. I used to watch it all the time when I was a kid. I forgot all about it for a long time until like during the 2020 until during the 2020 era. And yes, I'm talking about those years, that rough year. But you know, I still love this series, and I'm talking about He-Man.
Oh yeah, He-Man. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
He-Man's a classic though. Like all the classics were always good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Skeletor because for a villain, he'll do anything he can to rule Eternia. He's an idiot. Idiot thinks he's better than everyone, but he's a goddamn good fighter.
I love his voice. That's the main thing I love about him.
Welcome to the age of Skeletor.
Remember.
Oh,
I can't even think of one of those at the moment.
Yeah. But the one thing that still makes me laugh, even from Mark Hamill, who actually helped out in the Netflix series that looks in one of the Netflix series, when Mark Hamill did Skeletor, the one thing he brought back up that's kind of based off the original He-Man, when Skeletor brought up the word boob, brought up the word boob, especially like he's calling someone a boob, like there's nothing there, you boob.
Oh yeah, because back then there used to be like an insult to call someone.
Yep.
Just had me thinking of the of T1E2H3, the original Search for, or no, not the Search for Smasher. Duke's
I remember
Reunion.
that. I remember he used that somewhere.
Duke, what on earth are you doing, you clumsy boob?
Yeah.
Torches are supposed to go in the other direction.
Oh yeah, well, Welsh Pony. Yeah, I remember that.
No, I say hello.
Oh, look, the top hat has arrived, and it's not even the fat controller.
but yes, Tugs, another the sister show of Tom's and Friends.
I actually
Fantastic
have.
show.
Yeah, then I
I
didn't
actually-
last
Which it
very
didn't end
long.
after a single season.
It was
gonna say,
David Maiden
I
who narrated who made the voice of Captain Star, right?
I believe so.
It was him and one. Forgot what it was. It was like a Barge and Warriors episode, I think.
Lord Stinker,
No, it was
Pearl.
at the end of
I got
Warriors
to look
episode.
for that.
It was like an old. It was like a really old.
Oh yeah, Old
Tramp
Rusty. Yeah, I
Steer.
think that.
Yeah,
was
old
it.
Rusty.
But yeah,
I looked.
He's
Tugs was such a
Pretty
good show, man.
cool voice.
but but yeah, for Tugs characters, there are multiple characters that I love. Top Hat is my is my number one favorite.
Valid.
My other favorites happen to be Blue Nose, Zoran. I like Zoran. I do like oh boy yeah Z Rogue and Big Mickey and Izzy Gomez.
Frankly, I mean,
Yeah,
I love every
and
character.
Easy
honestly,
Gomez
like-
resembles some of us Mexicans.
Yeah.
Does he really?
Although people say that it's kind of
I mean, it's no
racist.
surprise that his name is Easy Gomez.
I mean, yeah, but like, it's so like stereotype. Like, it's just like you can tell it's like it was something. It's something you could only pull off in the '80s. Like, there's no way that would fly today.
I mean, I still like the idea of Izzy Gomez being Mexican.
No, me too. Me too. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that it's a bad thing.
agree.
Again, it's just like it's Izzy's awesome. I love he's hilarious. Every time he was on screen, I laughed.
Yeah. You see, I see. What time is it? Oh, warrior.
Oh, it's you, warrior. Oh, it's you, warrior. I tell you, I no need no toe.
It's like
I don't need no toe.
Madre, when do I argue? It's $100.
And no offense to you, to you Mexicans out there. We're not making fun of you.
no.
I'm sorry.
it's just-
There's one character that
my
I could,
favorite
I wasn't
character is
listening.
Hercules.
two
like,
characters
no
I could
question.
do.
Oh, one at a time, guys. One at a time.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, there's like two characters I could do really good from Tugs. One of them being, one of them being, I think, not a warrior, Big Mac. Like, no thanks, you're welcome to it.
Hey, sunlight. I saw the message you said. In a way, you're in a way you're half correct. However, Tugs came first before Theater Tugboat. So basically, Theater Tugboat came after Tugs after it got canceled.
Yeah, Robert D. Cardona moved to what was it, Canada, and then he started Theodore Tugboat.
I think so. Yeah.
Isn't that show still going?
No. It ran for a lot of good seasons, but no.
About 5 of them, I think.
Yeah. My friend Tay is a big fan of Theodore Tugboat.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's not as good as Tugs,
Yeah.
but it's still good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Thomas Tugs and Theodore Tugboat, they're good shows. Okay,
Yeah,
look.
because they're all
Yeah.
like
especially on the fact that they use models.
Yeah. Okay, let me say this right now. When I was a kid, I admit I did at first like JJ the Jet Plane. Nowadays, I've heard some things about them. I'm like, okay, I see. I mean, they're not bad. It's just the fact that the series was just, huh?
it just looks really really
airplanes
creepy.
with people faces.
Like it's like
understand.
if someone was to imagine what Thomas was based off of like a description you gave them
I'm sorry.
and not actually seeing the show. That's what they would think it is.
I absolutely hated JJ. Ugh.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Or in the words of Big Mikey from Benjo Bizui, oh yeah, over there is Theodore Tugboat, over there is Tugs, and
Tugs.
up there
There
is
is
JJ.
JJ.
Oh, on
Yeah.
a
But
lighter
the
note,
only
my favorite.
JJ we know is a certain fan of the daylight, right,
Oh
Andrew?
yeah. I
Oh
did.
god, we gotta. Oh god, we gotta
Cameron,
span. We got some spans here.
What the? Uh, uh, yeah,
Look at
dude,
the comments over there.
I saw. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Okay, okay. Before we do anything else, okay, before we do
Oh,
anything
here's the chat.
else, let me just say this first. Okay, before we continue on with our talks of different characters and trains and stuff, I'm gonna say this right now. Please, no spamming the chats, please.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
It's
that
already
annoying
that's
too
as hell.
annoying as it
annoying.
is. It's as
No,
annoying as hell.
so please, no more. So please, no more spamming. So please, no more spamming.
I
And
just
I
wanted
already,
to talk
thank
about
goodness I
some.
already banned the guy. Well, there were actually two. Let's,
Is
I
this a
mean,
bro? Who the hell
two
put this? Is this
spam.
a Diddy party?
What the? Oh my
Okay, okay.
god!
It would have been,
What?
it would have been a party if there wasn't any span.
No, no, you don't understand the meaning of that, Ricardo.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Diddy
Oh, more
party.
like
wait.
it would have been a party without. It would have been a party, just party, without spamming.
Did someone
Just
say?
that.
Did somebody say my name? No, not you, spam can. Aw. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, he'll be
I'm sorry. I
he'll
could
be in
not
my
resist.
video
I could
soon.
not
Don't worry.
resist.
He'll be in my video soon.
I know. I'm
Oh,
excited.
Andrew.
Like, hey,
But-
Pass, you want to go punch an orphan? Why would I want to do that, Thomas? What are they
But yeah,
gonna do?
but
Okay.
yeah, but anyway, Class 21 Productions asks, who's the person under dueling? He sounds familiar. Okay, okay, just to give you a refresh memory, just to refresh your memory, here are the people that they're in this call. There's Ruben, aka Transmania 2021, me, Angelo Yago, aka Thomas Forward Wars 101. Next to me is Seth, aka WWN
SR Productions.
BR Productions. Yeah. Next to him is Ruben, aka Dueling Express,
Or
and
the Title Corp Express nowadays.
I guess I guess I'm kind of used to calling you Dueling Express. Okay, because that's
Although
the first.
dueling, it was a movie. Although dueling was a movie from the 70s.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and last but not least, next to Ruben is our technically one of our newest members, Joey, aka the American AF.
Yo, what's up?
I'm just gonna say, I want to ask this: what gave you the inspiration to make, like, are Emma and Elise just Donald and Douglas's replacements, or
No, they're the
are
same character, just female. Like,
okay? I just want. That's why I was curious. I'm like, is this just Donald and Douglas?
Trust me, dude. You weren't the first one who asked that question. I actually asked him that before you.
I'm sorry.
I just
there's one episode from or one bit from Break
Yeah.
Fan.
If you want to make like those two actual female and actually change them to give them like female nameplates, it's possible that maybe we can use Ricardo's models, just give them like find a way to edit their faces to make them look female-ish and just give them like different nameplates.
I don't really. Yeah, I could do that. I just don't really know what to add to their faces to make them look more female-ish.
I'm just saying the only one. I think Ruben might come. I think I'm not Ruben. I think Ricardo might have a few ideas because he's quite a modeler. I'm not saying to remodel those characters. I'm saying like use the exact same characters, just give like updated faces or whatever.
I mean, but they're Wildman Western models, so like I'd have to ask him. I don't want to like.
Oh yeah, because you like using the 3D faces, which I can understand.
I mean, if I have to, I'll use the 2D faces. I use my model with the 2D faces. Like I don't have a problem with them. I sort of hybrid the two.
plus me asking someone to make a 3D face pack of my OC. That's gotta be tricky because I have a few friends of mine that do that, but they only do it with special. But they only do commissions and stuff like that, which I can understand. But I can't really do commissions, so that's out of the picture for me. So I'll stick to my two face pack.
Yeah. Although there's something I need to be clear. That 3D face pack is actually just 3D face. It doesn't work like the 2D face pack.
I know.
Think of a mesh on think of the mesh of a lamp, but instead this time is a face. Pretty much that.
Um, well, commission Eli. Basically, commission. If you don't know what commission means, it basically means like you gotta like pay someone to actually make something come to make something into a reality. Reality. And trust me, for certain people, it's not cheap.
Definitely
Oh
not.
yeah. Commission's
Yeah.
not even cheaper. Though depends if the word though depending if the words is worth a penny.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to commission someone to make me like a Gauge One Thomas, but like nah, it was too expensive.
Yeah, those things are really expensive.
I know, but like, damn, I want one. Seriously.
Have you seen the person that made the Gauge One Henry?
Oh yeah,
John
what's his name?
John.
John Tank Engine.
Yes,
Bro, oh my god,
he
that
made
thing
it.
is crisp.
That
Looks
thing
amazing.
was crisp.
Bro, like chef's kisses.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh, by the way, by the way, Ricardo. Sunlight is asking, hey Ricardo, in your series, where did Baltimore's character come from? Because I honestly never heard of him before.
Wait, sorry, which character you were saying?
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Oh, Baltimore. That Brown Pacific from the show.
Yeah, basically in your series, basically Montana's brother.
Oh, okay. I'll show you. Hang on. Going to look for. I just going
Yeah.
to look for that for the image he appears.
Yeah, yeah. Basically,
Okay,
we're Baltimore. Yeah.
Oh, Andrew, please let me do the explaining.
All right, all right. Sorry, got a little carried away there.
Yeah.
I mean that was
Thank
my
you.
fault.
Okay, so I was just going to show a bit about what Play Safe was, even though some of you guys already know. So, Play Safe was a cartoon that was launched in 1936. It was mainly the dream of a boy who ended up on a world full of trains. And well, about the character of Baltimore, it was basically this engine that was shown at the end of the episode, or more like from the cartoon. Basically, it's learned, and well, this is where Montana actually came from. If you look at him and then go back to the Brown Pacific, you will think that this is almost the same engine, but without the streamline shell.
Indeed.
Yeah, and so in the show, in the cartoon, I realized that these two engines, the Brown Pacific and Montana, actually share the same whistle. So that's where the idea of creating Baltimore out of this engine and making Montana's brother. Yeah, that's how the idea came from.
Ruben, Eli's asking if he can join the stream.
Oh, well, okay, let's see.
Okay.
I just keeping an eye on. I just keeping an eye on how many people are here.
There's only 5 of us. Shane left, so there's only room for one more.
All right. I still have a lot of plans for the fantasy and fairy tale railroad series, but yeah, but all the same, I still need to work on episode 3. I mean, I know it's no rush, but all the same, I don't want to lose motivation.
Um, we got your back, my friend, and try to and don't try to and try not to burn yourself out. If you need help, just ask us. You're not alone. You're not alone.
I know, but mainly on the fact that I forgot that I should send a reminder for some voice actors.
It's not too late. No, hi, Eli.
Hello, Eli.
Hello.
Are you? What is your like TV or radio on, or what's going on your side?
Sorry about the loud noise background.
I can hear that.
No. This is it. I feel like this is a question that could be asked. What are you guys' thoughts on the more underrated hit era newbies like Molly with, engines like them?
I mean,
I don't really know.
I mean, Whiff has been around for like a little while, so he's not really much.
Whiff is a good one. I like Whiff.
I like Whiff. As for Molly, yeah, I have to agree. She only appeared in one. She only appeared a few times. One time with her own episode, and then she just became a cameo. Like the one thing I really like about her character, especially for fan made characters, they did a good. They gave her a good personality, especially her being shy, which I can understand the reason. So yeah, I liked it. So,
Yeah, but that's the only thing she really had as her personality, which kind of brought her down a little bit. It kind of felt like a limitation.
Basically, but to be honest, I kind of see her as everyone sees her as the Fluttershy of Tom's and Friends.
Yeah, but here's my issue with like the new characters from the hit era is in the episodes that they're introduced, they're not about the character themselves. It's about Thomas interacting with the character. Like the new character is not the main character. And so that really takes focus away from like Molly or from Neville or from Dennis. It takes focus away from them because the episode is mostly about Thomas.
Which
and that sucks.
Yeah, I have to agree. It sucks.
I mean, I can only argue Dennis's case because Thomas was more of the I wouldn't say more of a secondary, but
the only character that like had an episode all about himself was Mighty Mac, and that was a good episode.
Yeah,
I agree.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, another episode. Okay. Yeah, Sunlight also brought up this character a few times, Bertram.
Oh yeah, the character that only had 10 seconds of existence.
Yeah, well, what can we really say about Bertram? Like,
he's the reason why Duke didn't come back in any of the later seasons.
Yeah, that.
and just after that, we only saw him in one episode, no talking, and that's that. He just vanished.
The episode was good though. Toby's Discovery was a really good episode.
Yeah.
I feel like Bertram could have more potential if they gave him like a line and maybe brought him back a few times. But no, they didn't.
Yeah, so like I mean, Toby's Discovery was a really good episode, but like Bertram is just a big ball of nothing.
Yeah.
Then again, we could say that about like Molly and Neville as well.
Yeah. It seems that it seems nowadays the one-off characters from the original series are becoming more of the stars of the fan-made content, like because now we have fan-made stories of Molly, Neville, Murdoch, Bertram, etc.
Yeah, Carson's Video Workshop loves working with Dennis.
Yeah.
Yeah. yeah,
Oh, and
yeah.
sorry, I just
What?
wanted to mention another character that we got to see on one flashback of sorts, Proteus.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna gloss
Yes,
over the
yes,
fact that
yes.
he had a CGI. He had a canon CGI voice.
To be honest, okay,
Oh
look.
yeah.
Say what?
Yeah, he had in a storytime reading.
Oh yeah, I
One of
remember
the
that.
official narrators actually did a reel of Proteus's voice. It sounded a bit more like a deeper pitched Scarlowy.
Nonetheless, yeah. But
Can I
yeah,
ask something?
go on.
Okay. Does anyone here think that the engine that fell off the bridge was Proteus?
Yeah. Mm, yeah.
Yeah, it could go either ways.
Yeah, I can believe. Yeah, oh yeah, I can definitely believe that. I mean, I understand. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love what Thomas One and Edward 283 did with his head cannon when it was Bertram when he was a tank engine. I mean, it was an all right thing, especially how he basically said, especially in his head canon, Smudger and Bertram are the same engine. Me, I like to prefer Bertram and Smudger separate.
Yeah,
You
I
run,
agree.
little green
Even Adam
gangster.
applied that to his canon.
I'm sorry. The one line that Duke did in both of the the remakes. The original and the remake of just telling Smudger he shouldn't even really be on the railway was just like, oh my god.
Oh yeah. It's like, dude, he's crashing out.
It's like you little rotten green gangster. You have no.
I just want to
I'm
know
gonna
how
be
did that become a
You have
meme
no
today?
right to live. Something
have
like that.
no
He
right
would have
to
said.
still exist.
exist.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
Another thing that Duke said in both of them was the one that still cracked me up a bit was the whole you know what, Duke, you know you're Duke, you know about sticking old. I heard not repeat what he said. I heard not repeat what he said. Said,
Will not repeat what he said that day, as this must remain PG.
Thank
What
you.
did he say? I want to know what he said.
No, but we don't even know what he said. That's the thing. That's something we
Yeah,
gotta
we
pick
don't
up.
know.
You know what, Grand Duke?
And as
You're
much as
nothing but a
we
stinking
try
old-
to think what he actually said, we're never going to find out. That's for
Like,
sure.
what could he have said though? Like,
I guess that's up to us fans to figure out.
maybe something. Did he say
At
something
least
like
we could
racist?
ask
maybe?
him.
Well, I think whatever Smudger said to Duke, it was something to do, but because I guess in a way, Smudger was getting tired of hearing Duke's grace and then the Duke's
probably said
grace
something
and all that
offensive.
stuff. And since Duke is like the oldest engine, I think he found a way to put those two into one, and with a bunch of slurs and like things that should never have been said.
I mean, it was the 1800s, so
Ooh.
people like didn't care what they said.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was probably
I can
something
only
maybe like racist or something.
Yeah, it was definitely racist.
Yeah,
You know what, Grand
I think
Duke?
we
You're
should
nothing
say
but a
that for our
stinking-
DMs and not to talk in public.
Yeah.
Well, in stream, that is.
Yeah, but if we were to decide to talk about that in PMs, but yeah, that's best to keep that to ourselves.
I think that
Yeah.
like Smudger. I think the original version of Search for Smudger. I think I prefer the original over the remake, in my opinion.
And
mean,
that's
the
fine.
remake-
And that's fine. That's fine. A lot of people say the same thing. For me, I like them both. I like both, to be honest. I like both. Oh, the only thing I did not like about from the remake was the fact that okay, look, I understand what he was trying to do with his wooden railway stuff. Of how
Yeah.
I understand that, but the one that I did not like was the whole crimson, just like the whole like I prefer Train's crimson over the wooden railway one. It didn't even look anything like him.
I think Duke's crash out in the original was like he sounded a lot angrier in that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, because Duke had an actual voice
well,
actor.
Well, don't forget Duke in that one. But Duke in the original was voiced by Andrew Homer.
I know,
Oh
but
yeah, I forgot
I
he did.
love, but his crash out in that one is he did a fantastic job.
Yeah,
Oliver, paint the sound.
but yeah, but I will say this right now. But I will say this right now. Look, I mean, I like Crimson. The only thing I wish they gave that Crimson model was an actual face pack. But then again, I understand that model came from something else. But it was
Yeah.
thanks to but it was thanks to both me and Ricardo. We basically re-brought him back to life, but in a different form, with a similar body, but it's remastered with a face pack, which you can all find on my which you can all find on my DVR page.
Oh, all right.
Probably back in those days, people
If
didn't
you
know how to paint.
so basically, Joey, if you want Crimson, I can send you a link.
I'll think
So,
about it. I'll see.
okay, I didn't watch that part of the movie. So, really, Crimson. So he didn't use the new model of Crimson, did he?
No, sadly, no.
Oh, that's too sad. I mean,
I know. I
for some
know.
purpose we make for some I was just going to say for some purpose we make Crimson, and all of a sudden it wasn't used in this fact. I
Well, no,
don't know what's going on with people creating these days.
try not to think so negative, my friend. There will be, Jeremy. There will be a time that Crimson does return properly in trains because now that we have an actual model, I'm pretty sure one of these days, one of us might bring him into reality.
Was
No,
Thomas
but-
one? Oh. Sorry, go on.
You're good.
No.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joey.
Was Thomas one Edward two Henry three like the first person to? Did he make Crimson or like did he?
No, he didn't make Crimson. I don't know where the original Crimson engine came from. I don't know who originally made him. Ate him. But
I think it was like a trains download. I think that's what it was.
I don't think I don't think so because it was a trains download download it would be on trains, but it looked like one of the original buy came from like either came from like a very old and out of date site from long ago, or I don't know where it came from.
It's a mystery.
I found it. The model of Crimson came from a site called 24 Engage Trains from the model called Fardale. As in that's the original name of the of the engine it was used.
Yeah.
Oh.
And if we're talking canonly, that would have been Crimson's original name.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, Andrew.
It is because remember when we made the model, we made two different versions, like Crimson, what he looked like back then with different nameplates, and what he looks like now with his name being Crimson permanently.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I remember. So
yeah.
I wasn't sure if Crimson. So I wasn't sure if that was Crimson's old name or something like that.
It was one of his name. It was one of his names. He went by because on the Wikia, it said on the Wikia from Thomas 183 from his research, it said that Crimson went by several names.
Ah, okay. So canonly, that was Crimson's old name.
Yes.
All right, I understand now.
In fact,
Question is, what's Crimson's number?
hold on real quick. Okay, Crimson. Okay, Ricardo, permission to share screen real quick.
Share screen?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If you can. Okay. Remove this. There.
Okay, okay. This is what me and Ricardo did, and this goes for you guys out there as well. This is what me and Ricardo did. So basically, here we have So basically, we have two different Crimsons. This one right here, this one right here, where my mouse is on. This was his original look, as you all can see. The only thing we gave him was different, like an actual nameplate that people can change. Now, of course, like I said, now of course, right here, like I said, now of course for version, I also wrote down the different versions, and since Bertram has two different versions, version one, Crimson, in his old design from 1885 with different nameplates. Version two, Crimson in his 1920 slash present look with buffers and new coupling hooks, and only one nameplate. Now, so yeah, so yeah, so yeah. If anyone here wants an actual model of Crimson, is it? This is the place to get him. Plus, changeable. Plus, his face back is changeable. So yeah. Now it's up to you guys if you want to keep using Oliver's face or give him like a new face. It's up to you guys. It's up to you guys. It's up to you guys. No pressure. But yeah. And like I said, he's on my DeviantArt. Just go on my DeviantArt, go to my channel, and type in Crimson, and you'll find him right here, and you find the download link right here. So yeah, that's basically Crimson right there.
Yep. I actually enjoy that model of Crimson. It's actually a really good one.
I know, right?
Though you know something? I just read. There's something that I actually want to talk about is that now that we got two Alberts, one which is Sir Handel's brother, and another that is actually a different tank engine based on Audrey's layout. You know what I mean, right?
Let me just say this I understand what you mean. Let me say this in a way that maybe you can understand and maybe accept. Think of him. Let's think of this logically. It depends on the people's head canons of what Albert they want to use. Kind of like how they did with Stanley and Smudger. They get how some people have both of them being the exact same character, except one's green and one's red. Basically, it just depends on people's head canons if they want to use the Audrey one or basically Sir Handel's brother. So, if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I do understand. Yeah, I do understand. From last night, I understand. I mean, because it's because of my liking on engines. Because the model that Audrey made, it really looks well. Well, you can see some beauty within the model because you don't see much narrow gauge engines with side plates. And think about a steam engine like that. Well, that's not a steam tram engine on a tramway.
Yeah, and I guess
there's some beauty in there.
And the same thing could be said about Jim. How there's the Audrey model, but and then there's the other Jim from
Soda Workshops.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. A lot of people are kind of used to the Soda Workshops one, but just like Albert, it's up to the fans to decide which one they want to use. So basically have like both Jim. So like just like Albert, have like two different types of Jims, and let people decide if they want to use the Audrey version or the workshop one.
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah,
well,
so basically,
mainly that's because I just like both versions of Albert.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And the same thing can be said about Ivo Hugh. A lot of people like his purple livery, but there are some people who are just used to his red livery, me being one of them. But like I said, it just depends on the fans. So yeah, it doesn't matter if the engines are different or a different base or a different color. If you want, it's whatever they want.
So how does this look?
Very nice.
Ooh. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of making some. I have a little bit of trouble here and there with making the entire engine, but I think I got in there.
I
No,
think
that's
Well,
excellent.
I think you did a great
after
job.
stream, thanks. Though after stream, I will be giving a few checkouts on it.
Of course.
Okay, so how
Oh,
about now that you mentioned the navigation engines earlier? Well, yesterday I did have the urge of making more navigation engines in in this style. Okay, you can see it here, but
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. You you know, I was
yeah,
surprised.
JH55 style.
You know, I was surprised if you do the same version with Crimson in this style. Not trying to give you any ideas or anything, and it's your choice. Oh, it's just a random idea. But if not, I understand.
Sorry, Andrew. I think my internet cuts save from hearing that, so I didn't heard it.
Do you want me to repeat that again, or are you good?
If you can repeat the idea,
I was saying, like, imagine seeing Crimson in the same style you made these guys.
and ironically, I was thinking of doing the same
Huh.
as well as for Adeline and Harris.
Ah. I hope
Yeah,
in their TV series livery, right?
yeah, because
Yeah.
we are having two enough red engines there.
Yeah, yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Yes,
I
we
love
do.
Adeline. No, I love Adeline. I like Harris. The only thing I just did not. I mean, look. I no disrespect to Wild No Wester. I respect him. Because it's just that I understand what you try to do based on the books and all, but too much red. I'm sorry, but too many red Narrowgate engines. I'm sorry, including
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I can
and
see
too
that.
sad that they got Duke into red as well. And just Duncan is the only one that is painted in a different color.
The same thing can be said about Rusty and Fred since they're black, but nonetheless, I
Gray.
prefer to have each engine in their own unique colors.
I like the story of how Duncan got turned yellow because of George Carlin, like to tribute George Carlin. I like that.
We can make a story. We can make our own story where George Carlin actually visited the island of Sodor, and from all the Thomas characters he did voices, Duncan was his top favorite.
Oh,
And
by the
An
way, fun
idea, of
fact.
course.
maybe an episode where George Carlin goes on a holiday and decides to come to the UK for a few weeks.
Oh, by the way, fun fact: George Carlin actually voiced Fillmore in Cars One.
We
Another
know.
reason why I
Yeah.
love
I
that
know
movie.
that. We know that.
Another reason why I
Wait,
love that movie.
really?
Yeah.
He did voice Fillmore?
In,
Well, for the first movie, yes.
They're trying to hide it.
I was
in
gonna
the
say
fir-
for the first
That's
movie,
part of it.
yes.
in the first one.
I'm
Wow.
telling you, man.
I actually
Every
never
third
realized
blink is
that.
a little slower.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man. Every third blink
I
is
never realized
slower.
that until you guys told me that.
Yeah, but well, it's true. It's true. It's very true. But yeah, also another thing I like to share.
Okay.
Another thing I like to share. Another thing here I like to share. Share screen for some people that don't know. Um.
Oh yeah,
um, oh,
there.
but speaking of Adeline and Harris, basically this is what I was talking to. I was talking to Dan Wild No Wester about what they would look like in TV series liveries. Originally, I wanted to see what Alan looked like in purple, but realized that a lot of people say, but due to the fact he said that a lot of people see Ivo Hughes purple, he wanted Adeline to be more a different color. So he chose teal with yellow slash gold trimmings. For Harris, I want him to
Yep.
be like I want him to be army green, and yeah, he ran with that. So yeah, this is basically the deliveries that we gave that both me and Dan kind of gave both Harris and Adeline.
Looks good.
And they turned out to be really good.
So yeah, this is basically them in TV series form. Special thanks to Mickey for making.
Liberty.
So yeah, special thanks to our dear friend Mickey who helped me out with the 2D face pack. Basically, took the same faces from the actual models, made them 2D like, and add a few extra face packs here and there.
Mickey Mouse.
So yeah, and again, and again, the download links are in the description of my YouTube of my DeviantArt.
Mm-hmm.
Noted.
Okay. Just a question, guys. What are your opinions about this livery of Stanley with livery
Like
and
before
shape?
the ROV.
That's counting the cow catchers.
I've
I like
actually
it.
seen, but we've seen this before in one of the YouTuber video in the second episode of this guy's YouTube channel. Basically, I forgot what this YouTuber name was, but it was the second part to Stanley. Basically, when he was painted black, and basically he crossed the line. He crossed the line and basically got turned into a pumping engine afterwards.
Pumping engine.
I like the side plates; those are cool.
But okay, I think I may have an idea of who this YouTuber was, but I could be wrong saying that it's the wrong one because in the second episode of Stanley, he never got cow catchers. He was just painted black.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is true. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Here it is. Basically, the first part is called Vulgar Engine by Auld Lang. I cannot pronounce that name.
The is not called the Jam Tram, right?
No.
No.
No. Wrong person. Basically, it's
Sorry.
basically,
Could
it's
you just share the link?
I'm actually share screen
wait.
right now. I'm not gonna share screen the episode. This is just basically the guy. Well, basically the guy who did that. Okay, basically this is the guy who did the first episode. The second part of the episode where Stanley is in black, which is right here, is by the Jam Tram. So yeah, anyway, you are right.
Ah, okay then.
So yeah, so let me get a more accurate picture.
But
So yeah. Let me just get to here real quick. Okay, there we go. So yeah, this is what Stanley looks like in his black livery.
yeah, sadly he doesn't have side plates.
That is true, and I understand that. I mean that's your headcanon and all, but yeah,
No,
but
actually, but I mentioned before, but I did mention before that there was an '06 style model of Stanley where painted black with side plates.
yeah, that is true. But yeah, but yeah.
Still, from the Angels on the Mid-Soda Railway, I'd say Stanley is one of my favorites because of his design.
By the way, Joey, I sent you a few links in your in your Google PMs.
Am I what?
I sent you like 2 links in your Google PMs. Basically, Crimson, Adeline, and Harris. So basically, yeah. In case you want to download them and put them in your video, even if they're just cameos for now, like for people to see the characters, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anywhere on YouTube, except then in Scott's series we saw Harris. We saw the Harris that Ricardo made, but in other YouTube channels, no one has had a chance to actually use Crimson or Adeline or Harris in their videos. I just thought it'd be kind of cool if if maybe you could give them some cameos in the background, a few times for each character, and then for each character, just give them like a little cameo, just for people to see the character,
I could see.
And of course, if you have some ideas for the characters, that's fine. But that's all up to you. I'm not going to press you on that one.
Sounds good.
So yeah.
That could be a race for me, since I could do cameo appearances.
Yep. So
You know, now that we talk about engines, there's a bunch of engines out there that, in some way, if they were in the Thomas universe, and I'm referring universe, not Sodor, they would have been real because
yes.
well, so because there's a lot of engines out there, even the most obscure ones that would have been non-faceless.
I see.
Beca-
But yeah.
because I because well, I wanted to show something that this engine was particularly many heavy goods engine of the day. But let's just say that due to its size, length, and wheelbase, well, it just make one publicity trip, but that was just it. Okay,
What
let
would
me
that be?
show you. I'll show you guys. I'm currently searching for it.
All right. But yeah. Hmm. I think I think in a little bit I'm gonna head. I think in a little bit I'm gonna head. I'm gonna head out because it's starting to get late. But we can show. So I think I have time to show off like maybe one or two more things. The two more things, but I think not just me. I think some other people might have to leave as well.
Well, I just found what I was. Okay, so I just searched what I was. I just found what I was searching for.
All right. Well, all right. Let's see what we've got.
Yeah,
Ah.
this is the engine. Is the Soviet Union? Yeah, it was the one and only Soviet Union double A. Uh, it was double A 20. It was a four, I believe, 14-4 locomotive for the Soviet
All I'm gonna
Union.
say is
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
thinking of one of the
That thing's a
yeah,
Got
monster.
wheels.
because the Soviet Union based on the Union Pacific 9000 class, though they added another extra set of wheels. That's why the term 414-4, and it was the only engine of its kind. Yeah, because of its size, the rails where that it drove on. To be honest, in other words, it was too oversized.
I would say.
Who would have
And
guessed?
imagine in the Thomas universe, this engine would have been a character. Ironically, my friend Shine Ortiz did make a character out of this engine.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, there's even more obscure
Can,
engines out there.
can you imagine this thing going over the Brendam branch line bend that goes to the main line?
Ooh.
Hmm.
That'd be like
No,
the
No.
no.
biggest fail of all
That's
time.
going to be hard, even for this
It
engine.
would be. It'd be like
Like you know which bend I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one. It's the one from the junction, right?
Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine this thing going through there?
Oh. First
No, not
the
really.
trailing wheels go over, and then you just have the whole huge bogey, or
Like
not
it
bogey,
rips up,
but
it
like
like destroys the track.
yeah.
This
I'm here to
engine
straighten
literally
your track.
destroys.
I am here to straighten
This
track.
engine literally destroyed the track, but it also destroyed the couplings of the first truck of the first goods train it was pulling. I know, joking.
No, I
I was gonna
wouldn't be
say
surprised.
if here in America we were able to come up with triplexes, there I wouldn't have had any doubts that there would be something as big as that.
And
But
of course,
imagine,
of course, the Russians would think of something like this. I mean, they always think big, but like not smart.
That's what I was thinking about the S1.
Wait,
speaking of which, the
how about
Pennsylvania.
this engine? The Pennsylvania Railroad S1 duplex.
Oh wow.
That is a good engine. I will say that.
Yeah, I believe it was
I
Like a
see.
it was
bullet.
really futuristic and would have worked on its day if not for the longer wheelbase. I mean, it was 6446,
I was gonna say that. You know what that reminds me of?
pretty
That
much
reminds
longer
me
than the
of
T1.
It reminds me of the train from Meet the Robinsons.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
watched that
yeah.
movie the other day.
Well, yeah, it actually looks like that engine, but
The toy train,
there's one
yeah.
engine that looks the closest to it.
I see it.
Imagine making making that train from Meet the Robinsons into an actual character in the Fantasy and Fairy Tale Railroad.
Oh, you would have to think. You would have
Oh
to think
boy.
about how the gears on that thing work. Like, because if you've seen
Well,
the
it could be
thing in the
possible
clip, it
if
was
not
like,
for the wheels and other details.
yeah.
But it looked
True.
like it
Oh
came
look,
from the same cartoon that Montana and Baltimore and Dakota came from.
oh look, it's Connor, or what would be Connor in the TV series.
Oh
Oh, the
yeah,
Hudson.
and there was also another engine that was four there was a 446 engine from the Pennsylvania Railroad. It was
I
also
want to
another
say,
it was also another duplex.
I was gonna
Although
say
this
what
was more
here. Sorry. Continue.
although this one did work a little bit.
Oh, that's yeah.
I want to say, what did we take here in America to get half these engines that we did?
I have no idea.
Shit,
I
Like,
money.
say
That's
they
what we
were
get.
just
like the
experimenting. That's why.
like I feel like the designers of some of these engines had to be on copious amounts of crack to think of a to think
No,
of
we just had to move shit. That's what we needed to do.
that's what we had to do. But I'm gonna say this, out of all the American steam engines, I think the Camelbacks are probably my favorite out of all the American designs.
I'm sorry, is that an A4?
I think once the Union Pacific Challengers came out, I think that was like, like the ultimate like, that's what we got to do. Like once
So
the
you like
big boys came out.
the Camelbacks, eh?
Yeah,
Or the
that
smallest
and the
switcher or mainline engines?
mainline engines.
What
You
is
know,
that?
Oh, yeah, Andrew?
Joey. Sorry.
Well, that and the NYC K12s. Those were also pretty good 10-wheelers.
But yeah,
So
as I was
you were getting Andrew?
yeah, as I was gonna say, luckily, I have a friend named Chris, who's named Chris, is Ralph fan number one, and his OC is actually a Camelback and is a Camelback.
Indeed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've seen his
Well,
video.
technically
Based on
he
one of
has
these.
two. I was gonna say technically he has two. One being the Camelback, the other being a Duke dog.
I remember there used to be a trains like someone made a character out of the Challenger, like I forgot what it was. Was it Sally? I forgot what her name was.
Ooh.
Michael?
I don't remember. That's the thing. It's like
Oh,
I think
oh,
I
and
may know
guys,
which
one
character
of
you're talking
favorite
about.
American engine, the Rainbow Sunshine.
hey,
Yes.
Well,
there
the
she
Rainbow
is.
Sun.
The Strasbourg.
There's the
Sun.
Rainbow Sun herself.
Yep.
You know, during in August, my boyfriend's actually going to take me to Strasbourg. Well,
Oh, nice.
actually,
Whoa.
we're
Dude, I
planning on a
always wanted to go
trip.
to the Strasbourg Road.
No, dude, if you ever go to Strasbourg, I'll have to find a way. I'll have to find a day for hopefully a day to come up because I live like an hour away from it. So it could
Yeah,
be it'd be kind of like a good opportunity to actually meet up if we were to get the
Yeah.
chance
Oh,
because
bro, I gotta fly there though. That's the thing.
only thing is, we would need to get you and Jay to Strasbourg somehow, Andrew.
maybe one day you can talk to both me and Jay. And we'll schedule something.
Yeah, because I think we wanted to go, because I'm going to be down there during the 9th to the 17th for uh mine and my boyfriend's anniversary.
On what month?
August.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! On August, that's gonna be the same month that me, Jay, and a few where I'm gonna be meeting up with Liz, Jay, and several others.
Yeah, and I wish I could go, Net. I wish I could go, but I mean,
All the plans
because
on the way.
you guys wanted to go, because you guys were going to Edison that week, right?
Okay. Look, like how this gonna plan out? We're going to Strasbourg, like in the during the week during like the last week from the on third like okay, how would I say this? Like from Thursday to Sunday, we're gonna be from Strasbourg, but on the last week of July, and then leave sometime in the beginning of August. But because plus that month is all, plus August is also Liz's birthday month.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, Jay and Sean are going up to Edison, New Jersey for the for the train show.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically our plan. Yep.
Justin,
Yep.
for that case, Andrew, enjoy yourselves
Yep. Yeah, we're still playing it and all. So
because
yeah.
you wouldn't. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
why is Jessica DMing me?
I have no idea. Anyway, anyway, like I said, I might have to get going, and possibly some others might have to get going as well. So it was nice being here in the stream with you, Ricardo. But I think this is where me and a few others have to take our leave. So yeah,
It is like almost 1:30 in the morning.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, I'm getting tired of. I also start to get a little bit tired here too.
All right,
So
all right, all
we
right.
might
So I
as
guess
well end the stream here. We might as well end the stream here.
right.
Yeah.
And to all you folks watching, we thank you for joining us tonight. We don't know when we're gonna do this. We don't know when Carl's gonna do one of these again. But when the time comes, he'll either let you guys know, or well, you know how it works. So until then, have a good night, folks, and we'll see you guys next time. So long.
Later.
Bye.
Bye. And I'll be working on Hank's model in the background. So if I later made a stream on myself, just be sure to stand by to watch it. And well, I would like to thank my friends and who who joined me earlier. So thanks for watching and stay tuned for any new video or such. Night everyone.
Good night.